Welcome, racing fans and NASCAR fans, to Tim Reynolds Show live. And guys, we are ready for race day. As we see here, guys, it's time for an exciting race, and welcome to the play-by-play and reaction on one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on YouTube today. This is Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. All right, making sure we're here working, everything's up and running, and welcome to this 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race live play-by-play and reaction for the NASCAR Cup Series at Pocono Raceway. It's time for the tricky triangle, ladies and gentlemen, and this racetrack gives a lot of character but brings a lot of excitement to NASCAR fans who watch around the world, and to all the NASCAR fans that get to watch there at Pocono Raceway. And guys, the tricky triangle will bring some tricky racing as well as we get things ready to go here on Tim Reynolds Show, as we'll be breaking down each lap for you guys here today as we get ready to drop the green flag. We've already heard the most famous words in motorsports: drivers, start your engines. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to start this live stream. Yeah. Woo! All right, guys. So we get things started here with the starting grid here on Tim Reynolds Show for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway here on the Tricky Triangle. We'll get things started going over the starting lineup here, guys. As we see here, Denny Hamlin was able to get the pole once again in the number 11 Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Could this be Denny Hamlin's third straight win from the pole position? Already two back-to-back victories now, with three wins in the last four races for Denny Hamlin. And Kyle Larson will start on the front row as well in the second place position in the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Daniel Suarez starts on row number 2 in the number 7 Chevrolet, as we see Ty Gibbs is right next to him in position number 4 on row number 2 in the number 54 Toyota Camry there for Joe Gibbs Racing. Chase Briscoe will start on row number 3 in the number 19 Toyota here for JGR, and also Chris Buescher will also be on row number 3 in the number 17 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing, who are definitely looking for a win on the season. Ford as a whole, the manufacturer, is looking for a win here on the season. They've only got 2 here today, so a third win could really help them out here in the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. And we're here, the Cup Series from Long Pond, Pennsylvania, for the Tricky Triangle. It's Pocono Raceway. And guys, and we see Eric Jones qualifies 7th here in the number 43 Toyota for Legacy Motor Club, and his teammate John Hunter Nemechek on that same row there in the number 42 Toyota there, as we see William Byron qualifying 9th in the number 24 Chevrolet there for Hendrick Motorsports, as we see 2 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets qualifying inside the top 10 here today. We also see to round out the top 10, Ryan Blaney, a former winner here at Pocono Raceway, qualifies 10th here in the number 12 Ford Mustang for Team Penske. What's going on, chat? Mrs. Reynolds in the chat. Jeff, how we doing? Rodney Hood, welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, qualifying just outside the top 10, we see Joey Logano in the number 22 Ford Mustang there for Team Penske. Ryan Blaney's teammate qualifies 11th here, Alex Bowman, another Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, qualifying 12th here in the number 48 is Alex Bowman. Michael McDowell qualified 13th in the number 71 Chevrolet. Austin Hill, his best qualifying position since taking over there for RCR in the number 33 Chevrolet, qualifies 14th. Cole Custard qualifies 15th here in the number 41 Chevrolet. And Tyler Reddick, your Cup Series points leader, qualifies 16th in the number 45 Toyota here. And we see Austin Cindric, another one of the Team Penske Ford Mustangs, qualifies 17th in in the number 2, and Zane Smith qualifying 18th here in the number 38 Ford Mustang. AJ Allmendinger qualifying 19th in the number 16 Chevrolet, and Josh Berry qualifying 20th here in the number 21 Ford Mustang. And guys, some sad news here, as it was announced earlier this week that Josh Berry will no longer be driving the number 21 Ford Mustang for the Wood Brothers after this season. So really, the rest of the year, this is Josh Berry's sort of audition to other teams throughout the season to see if he can impress to give a big win today. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. qualifies 21st in the number 47 Chevrolet here, and we see Christopher Bell qualifying 22nd in the number 20 Toyota. Glad to see Christopher Bell back on the track, guys. It was reported that his crash last week at Michigan International Speedway had like 63 G's. He's got a fractured wrist right now, so he's racing with that brace on today. So glad to see Christopher Bell back in the race car. Hope he gets healed up quickly here. Chase Elliott qualifies 23rd in the number 9 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, and Ross Chastain qualifies 24th here in the number 1 Chevrolet. Riley Herbst gets a 25th qualifying position here in the number 35 Toyota for 2311 Racing. Carson Hocevar qualifying 26th in the number 77 Chevrolet. Ty Dillon qualifying 27th here in the number 10 Chevrolet. Connor Zilic, the rookie here in the number 88 Chevrolet, qualifying 28th. Todd Gilliland with a 29th place qualifying position in the number 34 Ford Mustang. And Noah Grayson qualified 30th here in the number 4 Ford Mustang. All right, guys, as you see the rest here outside of the top 30, a lot of these guys could have a chance here, but they're going to have a long ways to go here at Pocono Raceway at the Tricky Triangle. All right, guys, as we wait to get the race going here, make sure you guys please hit that like button and let's get ready to race here. All right, we're going to get things a little refreshed here, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on the channel. Kevin, rock and rolling, man. Let's go.
Want to see what a tough 3-week stretch for the rookie out of Trackhouse Racing in the 88 of Connor Zilic.
All right.
Last place finishes.
Woo!
Fastest crew chief Randall Burnett. How were the meetings this week? He said actually fairly productive and fairly positive. The number one message from Randall Burnett to Connor Zilic: give yourself some grace for the last 3 weeks. Cup Series racing will be the hardest thing you will do in your entire life. The other message: take what the car will give you. Do not force things. On paper, Adam, these next 3 races should be very good for Connor Zilic. He's won here in the past in the O'Reilly Series and 2 road courses in a row where Zilic is very quick. As Randall Burnett told me, we just need a solid finish to get our driver a little bit confidence back.
That's a great point, Marty.
All right, guys, just waiting for things to get warmed up here.
You need going to San Diego next week.
Hope everybody's doing well, having a good race day here on this Sunday afternoon.
We talked a lot about Pocono.
All right, guys, so tools for victory here at Pocono Raceway. We see fuel mileage, execution, and restarts. Speed is crucial here in the corners, more so than the long straightaways that we see here at Pocono, as we'll bring up the racetrack here for you guys. And you see here how the difference here is in most racetracks. Believe it or not, these 3 corners, it matters more with the speed you have and the execution of those corners than anything here, and the restarts are huge. So we'll see what these drivers are able to do here.
And that's really the key, right? We talk about fuel mileage and strategy. Dale, you talk about the restarts. All of that's great, but it doesn't take but one little trip up and you get behind. And even though it's a 400-mile race, we're looking at maybe 4 pit stops for the winner. There's not a lot of time to recover.
The devil is in the details.
Oh, I know. Oh, boy.
Put a mark by his name. Let's go back downstairs and hear from our pit reporters one more time. What do you have for us, Trevor?
Yeah, guys, I'm getting my eyes fixed on these Legacy Motor Club Toyotas of John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones. We see them both qualify.
All right, guys, as we waiting to get things started here.
Big jump for them when you look at their past results at this place. I watched this
Robert, what's up in the chat? Mrs. R, did I hear you say last night you're doing a 12-hour shift today? Yes, she is.
Culture building doesn't show up overnight. The results don't come, but the last couple
All right, thank you, everybody. Looks like we've got everything up and running here. Good. Just trying to get the track up for everybody. And wait for the stop of the drop of the green flag. Let me know who you guys think.
It's going to be an uphill battle.
Let me know who you guys think could be a good contender here, as we see Chase Elliott there. 2 top 5 finishes in the last 4 races here. He's got 5 Pocono top 5 finishes here for the driver of the number 9 Chevrolet. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll see the vehicle icons come on here in a little bit, but you can still see there the top 5 As we get ready to go racing. Appreciate y'all. All right, come on.
That only comes with wins, and this might be one of our best chances to do it today.
Briscoe is one here, so is Alex Bowman. Here's 48 radio.
Dude, it's old-time racing. The crowd's packed, traffic sucks. We got all kinds of cool stuff we can do on pit road. This is awesome. Yeah, man, I'm here for it. Let's go. Good day.
4 straight weeks, we've got a sellout crowd. This place is awesome. The atmosphere is electric. Denny Hamlin, the all-time wins leader here on the pole. He takes the...
All right, guys, as we get ready to go racing here. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys! All right, as we get things started here. Let's go here at Pocono Raceway. All right, we've got the leaderboard there as we see Kyle Larson to the inside of Denny Hamlin, and Hamlin on the outside lane, and already 4 wide in the back of the pack as a lot of drivers work their way up towards the front here. Denny Hamlin with the lead on the outside. Kyle Larson on the inside in the number 5 Chevrolet. They're side by side coming into turn number 2.
Trying to get more here.
And right behind them there, we see a lot of drivers trying to joshy for position. Oh, and a nice pass there by Kyle Larson. Larson to the outside, and we have a leader, but right behind Denny Hamlin is Daniel Suarez. And Suarez now battling with the number 11 Toyota on the outside, Hamlin on the inside. And we've got a new leader here after 1 lap at Pocono Raceway. It's Kyle Larson. And here we go. Here's Suarez on the outside by the wall. Hamlin choosing to take that bottom lane. And you see here, going down into turn number 1, Hamlin takes the inside. Suarez not able to hold on to that speed on the outside lane like Hamlin is on the inside there by the yellow line. So we see Larson starting to pull away here just a little bit. And Suarez gets to the outside and now has a big lead here. And we see her slipping around. And Hamlin, though, able to take the inside of Suarez. And pressure here coming from Daniel Suarez here. He looked like he was faster on that outside lane, but Hamlin has got a lot more grip on the inside. But Kyle Larson looks to keep this lead as we lead here with 2 laps down here at Pocono Raceway. Daniel Suarez able to hit the gas, and now looks like he'll take second place all for himself. But Hamlin's not going to go away quietly. And Hamlin with a nice run to the inside, and Hamlin takes away that second place spot. And Suarez is going to have to find something as he works to the bottom lane, now getting in behind the number 11 Toyota. And right behind them is Chase Briscoe and Ty Gibbs, teammates for Denny Hamlin, who could help him out. But right now, we're seeing a guy who's a veteran here at this racetrack. Kyle Larson leads here as we're on lap number 3 here at Pocono Raceway. Oh, and now we see Ryan Blaney battling here, looking to the inside of Tyler Reddick. And I believe Tyler Reddick has moved up here quite a bit. And ladies and gentlemen, I may be mistaken here as we see who that could be. And now it does look like Tyler Reddick as Ryan Blaney continues to battle here. Yep, and that is Ryan Blaney battling there. And now we see here Chase Briscoe on the outside. Ty Gibbs on the inside here as they continue to battle. Oh! Ty Gibbs slides in behind the number 19, his teammate, as they battle for a top 4 spot. And you see here how hard it is to really get your entry into some of these corners here at Pocono Raceway.
It's all about when you get offline, can you recover or are you going to lose positions?
So Ty Gibbs right there gets a nice run coming out of turn number 3. What turn number 4? As we see here, Kyle Larson leads at Pocono Raceway. 4 laps down. Stage 1 will be 30 laps here. 160 laps total here at Pocono Raceway.
something else to watch, Steve. We saw this yesterday in the O'Reilly race. I saw a lot of.
And now we see here the number 38 of Zane Smith looking to the inside of Joey Logano, and he takes away that spot from the number 22 Ford Mustang. A nice move there for Zane Smith, who has raced his way all the way to 13th here early on. That's a big mover here throughout this Cup Series race. So look out for the number 38 Ford Mustang here in this one, folks. Ryan Blaney also a mover here early on, getting inside the top 10 as we see him trying to get that number 12 Ford Mustang out in the front and have contention here at this racetrack here that Ryan Blaney's had a history in. He won his first race in the NASCAR Cup Series here at Pocono Raceway.
Christopher Bell right behind these two, trying to carry momentum down the straightaway, maybe try to...
Now you're starting to see these drivers space out quite a bit, feel their cars out, and now they're playing the fuel mileage game. Because a lot of these drivers are going to look to take advantage not only of track position, but also who's able to play better in the fuel game and the pit crews as far as their strategy here today. Biggest movers thus far, we see Bubba Wallace 10-plus spots thus far, and also Carson Hocevar up 9 positions since the start of the race, and Brad Keselowski also on the move. They're in that number 6 Ford Mustang. They're still in the back of the pack here, but those are your biggest movers thus far. And Bubba Wallace looking on the outside here, the number 3 Chevrolet there for RCR as Austin Dillon looks to the inside of the 23 Toyota. And a good battle here near the back of the pack. Battling there for about 30th to 28th position.
Experience between these two. Remember, they started together on the front row. So while they're racing each other, I talked about the momentum. So we're going to see if Bubba pulls out of line, does Brad kind of push him through instead of trying to attack the 23? So you see the 23 up the racetrack a little bit. They'll see if he can get
So a lot of drivers still trying to figure out their race cars here as we see a battle near the back of the pack here. Bubba Wallace in 29th, and Brad Keselowski in 30th. And oh, wait a minute, SVG looking to the inside here of the number 60 of Ryan Preece. And that's 3 wide heading into turn number 2. And I think SVG was able to pull off that pass. Kyle Larson continues to lead. Danny Hamlin sits solid in second place position. Daniel Suarez right behind him as well. And guys, lap number 8. Take a moment of silence to remember Kyle Busch.
Track really has done a
Mission number 8. Rest in peace, Kyle Busch. NASCAR legend, man.
Danielle did such a wonderful job of telling that story as well, and it's a good time every week.
What's up, Echoes? Blaney for the win. Come on, RFK. Go get some from Robert, one of our members here. Let's go.
Marty Snyder. Denny Hamlin started on the pole, Adam, and then had that terrific battle with Daniel Suarez to hang on to the second position. Once that settled out, Hamlin did want to tell Chris Lambert, his spotter, a message. Here was that message. That was on the initial start of the race. So, Dale, if it wasn't a big deal to Denny Hamlin, why did he want to relay that message to Kyle Larson to say, hey, you ran me out of the room on the start of the race?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to send a message that, you know, for the rest of the race, if they're going to be racing each other, looking at the 5 cars, he's going to be up there with Denny most of the
Oh,
day.
boy, guys. So developing here, as we see here, Denny Hamlin, 36 starts, 7 wins, 17 top 5s, and 24 top 10s with an average finish of 11th position here at Pocono Raceway for the driver of the number 11 Toyota. Denny Hamlin told his spotter to Kyle Larson's spotter of the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports that he pressed him there on the restart, meaning that Denny Hamlin's not going to give him a lot of grace later on in this race as he tries to catch up to the number 5 of Kyle Larson, who leads here in the NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. And all right, guys, we head to our first commercial break here, and welcome to one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on YouTube today. This is Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play and reaction for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. It's the tricky triangle, baby. Let's go. And guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. All right, guys, I'm going to try to get this track map back up here for us, so hang in with us as we're in this commercial break right now. If we see any kind of action, we'll definitely make sure to get you guys updated here on that, and appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on Tim Reynolds Show. All right, so hope everyone's having an awesome race day here. I know I am, and appreciate you guys hanging out here with us. All right, so just leaderboards and lap time. Where is that? Come on, you got to give me that. All right. Appreciate you guys, everybody hanging out. How we looking, guys? Quality good, audio good. I'm pretty sure, at least on my end, sounds like we're doing good anyways. All right, yeah, sounds like we're doing pretty good. Could probably get a little closer to the mic. Booyah, booyah. I think we got it. All right. I'm a little disappointed right now, guys. I'm sorry to say this, but it looks like our tracker is not popping up here for us the way I would have liked. We're still on commercial break now. 19 laps to go here in stage number 1. All right. We'll see what we're able to do, though. We're going to get back to the action here, guys. We'll make the best of it no matter what we got or what we don't got. So it's all good in the hood. All right. Important thing is that this is a little bit better than what we've seen from the O'Reilly series yesterday, which I was able to get the track just fine. Aha! Thank you. Tracker is on. That's what I'm freaking talking about, baby. Just got to keep the faith. Keep the faith, man. Keep the faith. All right, tracker's back on, guys. Here we go. Jeffrey, what's up, man? Dylan, how we doing? Echo's in the building. Robert in the house. One of our members here on Tim Reynolds Show. R.I.P. Ned Jarrett. Thank you, Jeffrey, for that. Appreciate you, too. Prime just ran commercial with the dog named Charlie. Selling royalties, Tim. Damn right we did that. That's awesome. Graybeard deserves some royalties. My boy Charlie Brown could be a movie star. All right, guys, so we're back to the action here. Kyle Larson with a very big lead here right now on Denny Hamlin of about 2 seconds. Suarez has already fallen back about 2.5 seconds behind Hamlin right now. So really, this is just a 2-car race here early on at Pocono. And you're seeing the fuel strategy game playing a big part here in this one, guys, especially early on, with a lot of these drivers thinking they can have quicker pit stops at the end of stage number 1 if they don't use as much fuel. But that's really what we're seeing here, because, I mean, guys, from second all the way to 10th, there's about a 6 to 10 second difference from the leader. So we'll see what these other drivers are able to do as far as adjustments in pit lane.
By yourself, maybe low 190s. That's just how draggy this car is. Downshift into 4th gear, some brake. We talked about the brakes into turn 1. What it can do. A little bit playing with the throttle right here.
So we're seeing here, watching around with Denny Hamlin, who's won here 7 times at Pocono, the most of any driver. He's really playing with this throttle as he goes through the corners, not really using any brake, barely any brake at all, getting into most of these corners. And with him playing with that throttle a little bit more, that may cause him to have to work up more fuel into that car. So what you're seeing from these drivers about 4th back is a lot more saving fuel for guys in the back that are trying to play this fuel strategy game to hopefully be able to take 2 tires or maybe be able to make a call or a different strategy on pit road than the other drivers are to be able to get up towards the front. Track position is so key here at Pocono Raceway.
Jump over them. So they're trying to gap those guys. Currently, AJ Allmendinger and Hocevar back in 17th and 18th. They're kind of at that threshold where they couldn't pit without losing a lap. The 5 and the 11 are just trying to gap that as best as they can, run as fast as they can. The 5 is not running as fast as Denny over the last couple of laps. Denny was 3/10 quicker the lap before.
All right, guys, so Daniel Suarez in the number 7 Chevrolet currently 3rd, Ty Gibbs in the number 54 Toyota currently 4th, and another Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, Chase Briscoe, is 5th, currently in the number 19.
The competition, even the other Toyotas who have strong race cars, the long run speed in this 11 car over the last 3 or 4 weeks has just been tremendous, and nobody has yet to replicate it. Think about last week in that final run of the race. I mean, it was remarkable what they did to come back and dominate at the end when you consider how the day began and what transpired.
That's right, guys. Can you believe it? Denny Hamlin was been able to...
For me personally, what makes the tunnel turn so difficult is the fact that it's kind of a blind corner.
It's really narrow, so it's kind of this like game of chicken getting down into there of who's going to lift.
I feel like now like the groove has widened out. Before, you really want to just fight for the bottom, and if you miss that, you were in trouble.
It's a really fast corner, so you don't spend much time in it, but you have to carry a lot of speed, and it's really bumpy.
Brutally aggressive bumps right down there by the apron, and it's not just one.
It's a corner that you have to have the guts to carry at the most speed you can.
Wow, so you see there, guys, where the tunnel entrance here is here for Pocono Raceway. They call that the tunnel turn. That is very difficult for drivers to navigate, not only because of how bumpy it is, but also for the fact of how you tend to lose grip in that sort of area with, you know, a couple of tunnels underneath the racetrack there, believe it or not. So, hey, a very interesting story there from the drivers. As we wait to get things ramped back up here, Daniel Suarez battling here in the number 3 position in the number 7 Chevrolet, as we see Ty Gibbs getting closer to his back bumper, and you're starting to see the next set of drivers there, 5th on back. You can tell the fuel-saving game is being played a big part in here thus far.
The tunnel turn back on board with Ty Gibbs.
Very beautiful track there, Robert. I agree, brother. I agree.
Clean air underneath that car. Trying to get the run off of turn 3, increase momentum.
Lead 2 in turn 1. Get a little bit of run down the short 2 from there.
So we see here Ty Gibbs battling, looking to get to the back bumper here of Daniel Suarez. We could have a battle here for 3rd place. As we see here, the number 54 gets up the racetrack a little bit, but tries to use that to his advantage coming out of turn number 2. It looks like here, as we see Ty Gibbs getting to the back bumper of Daniel Suarez.
Run multiple lines through this turn.
So right there, the 7 and the 54 take the bottom.
Can to maintain what you
And
have.
holding on there as they head towards turn number 3.
Distance to the 7, so you might be able to challenge down in turn 3. The 7's going to run the top now.
So 7 trying to run that top lane. Gibbs trying to run the very bottom right near the yellow line. Oh, you see the 7 got loose. And that could give an opening here for the number 54. As we see the Toyota get up close as we come across the start-finish line. Going down the front stretch. Ty Gibbs looking for a move here to move up in position. And he could be looking to the inside. Going into turn number 1. He's right there at the back tires. And Suarez backs off. As we see Ty Gibbs get to the inside. And the 54 Toyota looks to make the pass on Suarez, and he does. Hand out the window, a beautiful pass there for Ty Gibbs in the number 54 Toyota Camry as he's able to get around the number 7 Chevrolet. Suarez very kind with letting Gibbs get there after Suarez got loose right as they were going up to the front stretch. He sees heading into turn number 1. Ty Gibbs was able to carry more speed into that corner, and he gives that 3rd place position up. And now we head to another commercial break here, guys, as Kyle Larson leads here at Pocono Raceway with 10 laps to go here in stage number 1. Hope everybody's doing well. So is everybody ready for the UFC fight at the White House lawn? Hope it rains. Hey, Jeffrey, I don't have Paramount Plus, so hope it's a good show. That's all I can really say, but should be pretty cool. What's up, Robert? How we doing? I heard there are actually 3 walls there. The safer barrier, the concrete, and then the steel plates. or they're put that way in the day. They scrap ships and use the ship hulls to make walls. Robert, you're actually totally right about that. And believe it or not, I don't know the guy's name off the top of my head, but the guy who invented the safer barrier that pretty much is in every single NASCAR racetrack, he actually got into the NASCAR Hall of Fame, I believe, last year. So congratulations to him, because this invention, guys, the safer barrier, the walls that NASCAR makes for their NASCAR tracks, they're awesome. And you've seen that take place last week with Christopher Bell getting into the wall in that number 20 Toyota with speeds that were recorded up to 63 Gs with the forces, with the speed that he carried into that wall after, unfortunately, Chase Elliott had a blown tire and got loose and overcorrected and ended up getting into the driver's side door of the number 20 of Christopher Bell, causing that wreck to happen. So it's nice to see Christopher Bell okay. He does have a fracture, I believe, in his right, or I think it's probably his left wrist, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And he's racing with that here today. So hopefully he heals up good. And guys, we're on this commercial break, but they got the action side by side here. And I believe Denny Hamlin has started closing the gap here on Kyle Larson. And as a matter of fact, it's within a half a second here. And oh boy, coming down the front stretch now with 8 to go, Denny Hamlin could be looking for a stage 1 win here. Both of these drivers could be looking for those crucial stage points here at the end of stage number 1. The driver that finishes first gets 10 stage points, and that goes to the NASCAR Cup Series point standings right now for these drivers and their teams. All right, so Hamlin getting close to the back bumper here of Kyle Larson. And Larson's got a battle on his hands with 8 laps to go here in stage number 1. So good race here, guys. Hamlin looking to make it 3 straight victories here in the NASCAR Cup Series season in 2026. He's already won the All-Star race. He's got 2 back-to-back victories with 3 total wins already on the season. And now he's within shooting distance of the 5-win number 45 Toyota of Tyler Reddick here in the NASCAR point standings for 2026. As we're back to the action here, Kyle Larson still able to hold on to the lead, but Hamlin has closed that gap. And you see, especially getting into turn number 1, Denny Hamlin really closes that gap here on the leader. And we've got a battle here with 7 to go in stage number 1 at Pocono Raceway. So we see here getting into turn number 2. Kyle Larson trying to hold on to it. Nice gray. Hamlin playing with the throttle a little bit more, but Larson able to carry more speed, and the exit coming out of that corner was a lot more fast for Larson. But now as we see here getting into turn number 3. What turn number 4? Hamlin gets a little high, trying to play with the throttle, seeing if he can carry more speed coming out of the corner. But right now, Kyle Larson holds on, and we got 6 laps to go here at Pocono Raceway. So Larson holding on here. Danny looking to see what kind of run he can get here in turn number 1. And you see Danny gets up a little high. And getting up a little high here, Hamlin, you see, playing with the throttle a little bit more than I think he wants to, as Larson was able to be a little bit more smooth through turn number 1.
Become a challenge for this 5 car. This could present an opportunity for Denny. The 5's tight, aero balance. If he has to get in the wake of this lap car down here in turn 3, that's Casey Mears in the 62. That might present the 11 an opportunity to get side by side with Larson. Let's see what happens.
So we see here, guys, Casey Mears driving in the number 62. Could be a problem here for Larson. Larson stuck behind him, and now Denny Hamlin takes the inside of Larson, and now Hamlin takes the lead away from the number 5 Chevrolet. And oh my goodness, lap traffic just became a blocker, a teammate for Hamlin there, as Larson had to pull up, and Hamlin takes advantage as he takes the lead away from Kyle Larson. And now the number 5 Chevrolet looks to come back here and get to the back bumper of the number 11 Toyota. And pit strategy already being played here. 5 laps to go in the stage, and drivers are starting to make their pit stops before the end of the stage. So this is one of those racetracks that you can really complete fast green flag pit stops. It could help you.
Through turn 3, the 48 is going to be leaving pit road. We see right now, crew chief of the 5. I saw a hand out the window. The 5 might be pitting. If not this time, I do believe he's going to pit. Let's just see how far the 48 comes out in front of these leaders. Now, the concern is, even though the 48 has new tires, these old tires don't slow down a whole lot. So he's going to have to stay in front of these leaders for these final 4 laps.
So we see here Alex Bowman able to come off pit road ahead of the leaders here. But we'll see if he's able to hold on to it. So pit strategy already playing a big part here. And here comes Tyler Reddick, the NASCAR Cup Series points leader. All right, interesting here.
7 spots early on that first restart, but then faded back a couple of those Legacy Motor Club cars. He's been fighting a tight balance as well today. You'll see 4 tires and fuel go on this 45 to jump the stage.
All right, risk first.
Hamlin tracking Larson like a bloodhound. You got that right there, Robert. Hamlin's on a mission here, dude.
Road will not pit at the end of the stage. So every one of these cars are a position you're going to lose. How much do you dare give up? And if you're the 5 or the 54 or the 19 that are also running inside the top 5, how important are points to you at this point in the season?
So 3 laps to go. So this is the final lap for drivers to pit.
So you top of your screen, upper right, we saw the bright yellow 2 of Cedric come to pit road, Blaney on pit road.
Okay, so it's a mixed bag of pit strategies here for a lot of these drivers. Some are pitting before the end of the stage, and it looks like some are going to stay out.
Neutral, though, through the tunnel, which is a good sign for him.
So there's John Hunter Nemechek, number 42 Toyota, pitting as well. Unfortunately for Blaney, an 11-second pit stop was pretty slow amongst the other competitors.
You see the racing right here between Byron and the 43. The leader will close pit road this time by, which means that he'll have the opportunity to pit if he so chooses. He stayed. All right, there you go. Stayed on the racetrack.
All right, guys, so pit road is now closed. We've seen close to maybe a third of the field take pit stops early here before the end of stage number 1. Denny Hamlin leads, and he's pulled away from Kyle Larson here, as it looks like Larson has settled on the fact that he's going to get second place here at the end of this stage.
With that runner-up finish last week, only 18 below the cut line. Logano only
And here we go, guys, coming out of the tunnel turn in turn number 2 here at the Tricky Triangle. Danny Hamlin with the lead. Kyle Larson in second. Does Larson have anything left for Hamlin with 2 laps to go as we approach 1 lap to go? And here we go. White flag is out as we're on the last lap here from stage number 1 at Pocono Raceway. Hamlin with the lead. Larson falling backwards here, now over 2 seconds behind the leader. And you see the rubber already being applied to the racetrack here as these corners start to gain more grip with that rubber getting onto the racetrack here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Half a second. It's amazing how fast this 11 car is. Deep into these runs, we see it every single week. This is the big advantage that this number 11 has, and they seem to get better with every stage. Yeah, they got how to stay in front of the adjustments, and you called it perfectly. He was so patient. Let that Casey Mears lap car kind of check up the line.
And coming out of turn number 3, your winner on stage number 1 here for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. It's Danny Hamlin, driver of the number 11 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. What a big stage win. That's 10 more points in the NASCAR Cup Series point standings for Denny Hamlin as he looks to gain on the leader, Tyler Reddick. Here, and we'll get to you guys the end of stage number 1 as we go through the top 10. Everybody who was able to get points here at the end of stage number 1. What a beautiful race here at a beautiful racetrack at Pocono Raceway here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. All right. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. All right, a little bit of a tradition here on Tim Reynolds Show, guys. Got ourselves a nice ice cold beverage that we're going to crack open here. And just want to give a toast to every single one of y'all hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show, to everybody that likes and subscribes or just comes and hangs out here for a little while on this sports entertainment YouTube channel. Hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Hope you guys enjoy the play-by-play. And thank you so much for being a part of just a young man's dream here, guys, trying to become a YouTuber and bring sports entertainment like no other you have seen across this platform, across social media as well. And appreciate you guys so much for all of your love and support. So toast to you guys, cheers to you guys, and God bless you and your families, guys. Let's go. It's race day, guys. Woo! Crack it open. Here we go. It's time for Tim Reynolds Show, and a toast to all of my subscribers and followers. Thanks for hanging out, guys. God bless you and your families. Oh, yeah. Let's get it. Hammond gonna talk to take names later. What's that mean, Dylan? Denny may be the school bully today. He's out there stealing money from everybody. You got that right, dude. You got that right, Robert. All right, guys, so let's get over here as we go over the top 10 here after stage number 1. Denny Hamlin wins stage number 1, gets those 10 crucial stage points here in the NASCAR Cup Series point standings there for the number 11 Toyota team. Kyle Larson finishes second in the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports at the end of stage number 1. Ty Gibbs gets a third place finish at the end of stage number 1 in the number 54 Toyota. Chase Briscoe in the number 19 Toyota finishes fourth. Chris Buescher finishes fifth in the number 17 Ford Mustang. Daniel Suarez ends up finishing sixth in the number 7 Chevrolet. He fell back quite a bit, all the way from second and third. William Byron finishes seventh here in the number 24 Chevrolet. Eric Jones finishes finishes eighth in the number 43 Toyota here in the end of stage number 1. Joey Logano finishes ninth in the number 22 Ford Mustang, and Austin Hill rounds out the top 10 after stage number 1 here in the number 33 Chevrolet, finishing 10th here after stage number 1. All right, guys, so we're going to get back to these drivers having to pit. We know Hamlin and Larson are going to give up that front row because a lot of drivers already pitted before the end of this stage. So we're going to see which different pit strategies end up paying off here for this NASCAR Cup Series drivers and their teams.
And now our relief lap, sponsored by National Debt Relief. Getting out of debt is easier when you have all of us behind you. Casey Mears had fallen behind, but he's back on the lead lap now.
Casey was involved in the lead change as a lap car going a lap down. Doesn't have a lot of experience in the next gen. He's on the bottom of the racetrack in turn 3 and 4, and he drives up off the racetrack, off the corner to the outside line, traditionally like you would, right? But he wouldn't know that that's going to drastically affect.
So Bubba Wallace is 29th there. Echoes.
Of Larson, and Larson becomes the car in his wake, and Larson wasn't able to finish the throttle on corner exit, had to get out of the gas actually, and that allowed Denny to make that run and make the pass.
So many small, subtle things go into your success over the course
All right,
of the day.
So we'll see what pit strategies end up paying off here after stage number 1 as the pit crews are ready.
His pit stall is signed, right? So this right here is the 5's pit box, right? And in front of him is the 51. So he didn't get to pick this stall because he had those inspection issues. He's now pitting behind the 51. Why this matters is the 51 is nearly the last car in the lead lap. So he should be coming around the 5 at about the time the 5 is leading. So, crew chief for the 5, Cliff Daniels. You talk about the small little nuance. This is Cliff looking over to the pit box of the 51. So be very close. He leaving. Can I go? Are you going to free clear me? Yup, he gets kind of a clear. So now he knows. We saw that wreck with the 54 just a week or two ago, leaving pit road, having contact. Now Larson knows if it's the 51 coming in, he's already like
pre-cleared the airspace.
So already, guys, some pit strategy in play here from the number 5 team, as his crew chief already cleared with the number 51 team. That's the next pit bot next to him, as far as him coming out of his pit spot and the 51 coming in, so there's no collision here as we head to pit road here.
The last couple laps on the green, crew chief Tyler Allen telling him, we're not going to catch the leader, so save from some fuel for this stop. They're going to take 4, go in the jack. The balance pretty good, just got a little free there at the end, Trevor.
Yeah, Kyle Larson coming into his stall, lost that lead from a tight race car. They're going to make some changes for the tunnel turn. Ride quality great on this car. Kyle Larson asking what color car to look for. It's a 751.
Oh, man, and a terrible pit stop here for Ty Gibbs. And oh my goodness, over 25, 26, 27 seconds. And something going on with Ty Gibbs's car. A terrible pit stop. Hamlin able to come out with the lead. We see the big winners, William Byron and Eric Jones, both up 3 spots. 3 spots there.
Bobble on the right rear jack drop, no dice. The car must be in the air for the wheel to be tightened. They come back, they tighten up the right rear. At this point, damage is done. So they actually go back and make an adjustment knowing they're going to be in traffic. But long stop for Ty Gibbs.
Wow. So the number 54 team with a terrible pit stop there, a mistake, cost them quite a bit, and now some adjustments will have to be made as we'll see Ty Gibbs goes all the way to the tail end of the lead lap. Man, talk about a tough break for a guy who was racing around the top 5 since the start of this race. So for Ty Gibbs, that's got to be a tough blow here, and that's going to be hard for him to overcome as we get ready to start stage number 2 here at Pocono Raceway. Trying to get Tim to slip up and call him, nope, I'm good. Nope. I like Bubba Wallace, man. Bubba's cool with me, dude. He's a guy who takes racing very seriously, and he's also a guy who, like a little bit like Carson Hocevar, okay, guys? Early on in this driver's career, he was very aggressive, and it ended up getting him a bad rep on the racetrack from amongst other drivers. And honestly, I think Bubba has really grown to be one of the better, if not more respected drivers amongst his peers. And honestly, like, I'm rooting for him, man. I think this guy could have won a lot more races if it wasn't just for the sort of mishaps or accidents or even little mistakes here and there, whether it was for him as a driver or the setup of the car or them as a racing team. And you see it with what Tyler Reddick is doing this year. Like, Tyler Reddick last year, that number 45 team, they were terrible. Like, they really just couldn't do anything. And the year before that, Tyler Reddick was the points leader. He won the regular season championship the year before that in the Cup Series. So you kind of see it that the potential is there for Bubba Wallace and the number 23, 2311 Racing Toyota. They could really get that car to new heights if they just do some, tweaking here and there. And guys, we're already seeing a lot of cloud cover here. As we get done with stage number 1, there is some weather supposed to be rolling into the forecast, which is why they had moved up this race 2 hours from 3 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So rain could be a factor as we get later on into this race. But remember, once we get halfway through, the race is going to be called no matter what. So we're already approaching about our halfway point here very quickly. So we'll get ready for stage number 2 here. 160 laps total. We're 35 laps down here in this one. So I'd say about another 40, 50 or so laps, we're going to be at the halfway point. So we'll see if we make it there before we get any weather. Right now, just a lot of cloud cover. No rain yet on the racetrack, but just something to keep an eye on.
Into our stage break. Brought to you by Snapdragon. Danielle Trotta alongside driver Corey LaJoy, driver of the 11. Denny Hamlin winning the first stage. And man, was he gapping the field there in the final laps of stage 1 by 0.7 of a second. 3 of the 4 Gibbs cars finishing stage 1 inside the top 5. So we're seeing those Gibbs Toyotas have blistering speed once again this week, Corey. But with Denny specifically, what is he doing so well?
Well, we noticed that the tire fall off of these right side tires was a little bit more than what we had seen in the previous years. And the 11 car only fell off 5 or 6 tenths, where meanwhile the field, be it the 5 guys outside the top 5, were falling off over a second.
So interesting.
Denny's able to his car car is so comfortable. He has so much confidence here at Pocono. He's able to reshape his corners, but not just back the corner up when it goes slower. He's still driving it in the corner hard, pushing those Goodyear Eagles into the racetrack to make the grip that this car wants to make. So it's not anybody's game. It's the 11's race to lose right now, and he's restarting right outside the guys that flipped this stage, so we're going to see how fast he can get back to the front.
There were 6 drivers who did flip the stage: John Hunter Nemechek, Tyler Reddick, Zane Smith, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman. What do you make of this strategy? You like it?
I love the move, one, because you were still in a position close enough in relevance to the leader, the 11, to be able to do this. So you're going to see guys like Reddick, guys like Ryan Blaney and Zane Smith to then retain that track position.
All right, so you see them talking there about the track position that 6 drivers were able to take advantage of by pitting before the the end of stage number 1. But what's going to be big here, guys, is that Denny Hamlin didn't have the fall off with his right side tires that everybody else sort of had, or what the numbers suggest. So with the 6 drivers staying out here, this could play very, very big into what we could see happening here with other strategies, other pit strategies that pit crews and other drivers are going to have going forward here as we get ready to start stage number 2.
And on the front row, it's going to be John Hunter Nemechek, Tyler Reddick. Opportunity for the 45 maybe to take some charge.
All right. Thank you, everybody, here for hanging out for Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play here for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right. As we get ready for the restart here for stage number 2.
Running it long.
We head to the restart zone, and green flag is out as we go back. Boogity, we're back racing, boys, here at stage number 2 at Pocono Raceway. John Hunter Nemechek leads in the number 42 Toyota with the points leader Tyler Reddick on the outside here on the front row. And already 3 wide in the back of the pack. 4, 5, 6 rows back. Oh, my goodness. A lot of drivers chaotic on these restarts. We got some contact in the back of the pack here as we see Reddick try to get the lead away from John Hunter Nemechek. The 45 Toyota to the outside of the number 42 Toyota. As we see Nemechek take the inside, Reddick on the outside. They're 3 wide near 10th, and Suarez splits the difference. And there's Kyle Larson dive bombing to the inside. John Hunter Nemechek holding on to the lead just barely as we come out of turn number 3. And there's Nemechek side by side with Reddick. Reddick gets a run, and Tyler Reddick is your new leader here at Pocono. And now you see here, Nemechek gets a nice run on the inside, and the number 42 battling to take that lead back. And Reddick forced to use the high lane. Nemechek using the bottom lane. And right behind him is Zane Smith, who's knocking on the door of the lead here in the number 38 Ford Mustang. And with those two battling, here comes the 38. And the Mustang's got some speed as he's able to get a nice run on the leaders with both those Toyotas battling side by side. And a great run here from Smith again, looking to the inside, and it's a block. And Nemechek with a nice block on the 38. And now here comes Ryan Blaney. Blaney to the outside of Smith. Smith gets a little loose here, but the number 12 pushes to the outside, and Ryan Blaney takes over that 3rd place spot. A great run here by Blaney, as you see there. Tyler Reddick continuing to battle. And now look at Blaney looking to the inside of Nemechek. As we see the leaders continue to battle. Here comes Denny Hamlin as he's worked his way up back inside the top 5. And now we see Denny Hamlin, the 11, to the inside of Zane Smith, the 38 Mustang. Oh, and there's Nemechek still side by side with Reddick as Tyler tries to force the 42 further down to the inside lane. And there, Nemechek not able to hold on to that speed. Reddick's got that speed on the outside, but Nemechek not backing down. The number 42 Toyota holding that inside lane here, and he looks fast. And there is Tyler Reddick holding the outside. Ryan Blaney looking to take advantage as Tyler Reddick regains the lead. Blaney with the run. He's going to take away the 2nd place spot, getting the inside of John Hunter Nemechek. The number 42 Toyota has the fall back using the outside lane. Ryan Blaney uses that bottom lane, but the 42 gets a run and gets around the number 12. But here comes Danny Hamlin knocking on the door of the number 12. Looking to the inside of Blaney, a nice run coming out of turn number 1 for Hamlin. And as we go into turn number 2, the tunnel turn. Oh my, Hamlin to the inside of Blaney. Blaney holding strong on the outside of the number 12 Ford Mustang. And that's an awesome old school paint scheme for the number 12. Driving in that Ryan Newman number 12 that won the Daytona 500 back in 2004, I believe. Or 2007, I think is what it was. And so Blaney holding strong. Oh, and what a move by Zane Smith. Dive bombing the inside of Denny Hamlin. They make it 3 wide going into turn number 1. Hamlin gets around Blaney, and so does Zane Smith. What a move by the 38. It gets loose. Oh, my. And Zane Smith gets into the wall. And oh, no. And talk about a gut-wrencher for Zane Smith. The driver of the number 38 gets loose and ends up getting into the wall, bringing out the caution. Oh, damn. And Zane, with a nice run there, ends up getting into the wall. As we take a look at the replay, he's just the inside of Hamlin and gets loose. Can't hold on to that speed coming out of the corner. And man, Danny Hamlin's lucky the 38 didn't get into him as he just gets loose, corrects into the inside, and that car gets into the inside wall hard into the safer barrier. And that's a tough, tough break for Zane Smith, who was battling there inside the top 5.
Watch this. Watch how close this is. You're absolutely right, Dale. I think the 38 had a chance of not wrecking, but it would have cost the 11 and probably the 38.
Stay in your lane.
His own car down.
Second caution of the day. First for an incident on track. You know, Zane, I mean, we talked about how good they've been running lately. Had those top 10s back-to-back weeks. Was running great last week at Michigan when he had a tire issue after scoring some stage points. And here today, right in the front part of the pack, doing everything he needed to do, and it got away from him.
And we've had some reports from down in the pits, drivers talking about the seams and some of the sealer that they put inside the seams. I'd be curious if we get a chance to talk to Zane at the Infield Care Center if any of that was an issue of losing grip in the car as you drive out of turn 2. You cross over a lot of these areas of the racetrack where they filled these cracks in. See some of those? See that running parallel with the wall? Well, there's also seams going left and right as well through turns 2. So they're all over the racetrack. There's a great look at it right here. This is turn 1. And so as he's going across these, you can see how that stuff's peeling up. Well, the race car can shatter the tires and slide the tires running across some of those things. And that might have been a part of the reason why he lost a little bit of grip there, lost a rear grip of the race car and spun out.
And that's always been
so unfortunately there for Zane Smith, he's going to get towed back to pit road instead of trying to make it there driving.
When he was spinning, there was 8 or 10 other tire tracks.
And they're talking about it now, guys. So some of the seams or the cracks inside the racetrack here have some filler in them, and that could have played a part here in Zane Smith getting loose coming out of turn number 2. But unfortunately, it looks like that could be the end of the day there for the driver of the number 38 Ford Mustang there. Man, a good run there. Kind of gone to waste here now for the number 38. So some drivers choosing to hit the pits here a little early, I would say. 53 laps to go. And yeah, it's just taking right side tires and some fuel for some of these drivers trying to play different pit strategies here. Some coming in to top off just for fuel, I think. Looks like most of these drivers took either 2 or 4 tires. Handful of drivers come in and pit. We'll see what they're able to do. All right, Ryan Blaney to the front. Heck yeah, man. Blaney's looking strong. He races really good at Pocono. Who we doing, man? Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Echoes. Appreciate you. Damn good racing right now. Robert, I agree, man. I agree. Pocono brings out some of the best racing, I think, with these drivers because there's really no banking. It's all kind of flat. And it just really, it's speed and balance. It's speed and balance and how much patience you have versus how aggressive you try to be. Because, I mean, in my opinion, being too aggressive tends to cost you. All right, these A-pillar flags are awesome. They really show Zane's card down. Oh, heck yeah, man. Looks like Zane's getting towed already to the garage area. Tough day for the number 38 team. Racing's going good, Mrs. Reynolds. Hope your day's going good. Thank you, Echoes. Look at everybody in the chat being so nice. All right, guys, we're here on commercial break. As we've got a caution here with 53 laps to go, make sure you guys please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And we'll get right back to the action as soon as we get done with the caution laps here. The number 38 Ford Mustang of Zane Smith battling inside the top 5 got really loose on the inside of Danny Hamlin, almost taking out the number 11, but it gets into the inside wall there, and unfortunately that's going to end the day more than likely for the number 38 Ford Mustang team. Zane Smith doing really good, got the track position thanks to a good call from his pit crew, pitting just a few laps early before the end of stage number 1, flipping that stage then while everybody else pitted after stage number 1. We would then see Zane Smith get up inside the top 5 with that pit strategy, and it was paying off for him racing inside the top 5 here over the last handful of laps to start stage number 2, but unfortunately, looks like some of the seams and cracks that are filled here at Pocono Raceway could have been a reason in that turn number 2 where the number 38 got a little too loose here, and unfortunately that ends the day for the number 38 Ford Mustang, and good luck to Zane Smith next week. But yeah, tough day at the office, but now we get ready to get back to Pocono Raceway for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series. Make sure you guys please hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go.
And now we hear from drivers talking about the role of spotters at Pocono.
Give him a ton of credit. It is not an easy place to spot from here at Pocono.
The exit of turn 3 and entry of turn 1 are difficult for them.
It is very tricky. So you do rely on him, but it's 100% false information into one.
You know you're going to be 3 or 4 wide pretty much every restart. So you got to rely on that spotter to tell you where the cars are, where to get pushes, and what holes you can actually hit.
They're a huge part of what we do here at Pocono, and you better have a good one up on the roof.
I thought Freddie Kraft was great on NASCAR Live talking about what spotters deal with here and how you manage the field as they go around the various parts of this racetrack can be very tricky.
Yeah, Freddie gave us some honest answers about some of the things we were curious about and told me something I thought was interesting, how they get more aggressive with their calls as the race goes on. They have to tighten it up a little bit when it matters.
All right, guys, as we get ready to go back green flag racing, don't forget, please, to hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. All right, so Tyler Reddick with the lead, John Hunter Nemechek next to him on the front row. And we're back green flag racing here at Pocono Raceway. Tyler Reddick with the lead, gets a great restart there with a big push on the outside by Denny Hamlin behind him. John Hunter Nemechek to the inside here. A good run by the 45 who holds on to the lead. Nemechek looking to the inside here. And Danny Hamlin went way outside of that lane there on the exit of turn number 1. But able to hold on to third. And some battling in the back of the pack here as some cars try to jostle for position. Hamlin in third, William Byron in fourth, and now Blaney battling with somebody there inside the top 5. It's Chase Elliott, the driver of the number 9 Chevrolet, looking to the outside lane of the number 12 of Ryan Blaney, looking to knock on the door of the top 5 spot. But Blaney's going to hold on the inside there with that number 12 Ford Mustang. And you see the cars start to stretch out here and fan out. And once again, probably try to get right back into that fuel-saving mode here as we're almost halfway through stage number 2.
Since the restart, when they gave up that track position, pitting at the end of stage 1, 5 car back there in the 7th spot.
Yeah, they struggled on the restart before this. Lost several spots at the bottom of the
So
race.
Kyle Larson all the way back in 7th after coming down the pit lane, getting some tires and fuel. Still trying to work its way back up towards the front. Tyler Reddick is your current leader. John Hunter Nemechek is second.
Surprise for his teammate there, but Chase is going to clear on exit.
Hendrick Motorsports has been great at Pocono. Won here 19
Awesome, Mrs. Reynolds. Thank you. Appreciate you, baby. Hendrick Motorsports right now, the running order. Byron in 4th, Elliott in 6th, Larson in 7th, and Bowman in 11th with that pit strategy. And oh no, we've got a car in the wall. Multiple cars crashing here. Cars on the inside. Bubba gets into Brad Keselowski. Oh my. And we've got our first big caution of the day. And I'd be interested to see what happens here. Oh, tough day for Brad Keselowski. That number 6 car is tore up.
And the 21 runs out of racetrack or runs into the wall.
Damn.
It looked like from that point forward, it was just chaos.
Heavy damage to the 6 of Brad Keselowski. What's shocking to me is you said it 10 seconds earlier that there was a car up out of the groove, and I thought it created a stack up, but this was a very late developing accident. You know, they got kind of stacked.
All right, so here we go. Replay. SVG 3 wide there with the number 33 of Austin Hill and the number 21 of Josh Berry. And Berry gets into the wall hard, and so does Christopher Bell. Luckily, the number 20 holds on, but the 21 ends up getting to the inside. You see squeeze there. 21 gets to the 97. The 97 ends up getting into, I believe, the number 4, and that sets off a chain of events here with Bubba Wallace getting loose and unfortunately coming right down and getting into Brad Keselowski. It does look like the 22 of Joey Logano got into the 88 of Connor Zilic as well. So big wreck here, guys, that brings out the caution here right along with Austin Hill. Austin Hill, he goes dive bombs here, the inside of Christopher Bell. And you see the 97 there ran up the racetrack, gets into the number 21 there of Josh Berry. And unfortunately there, he squeezed him too hard, and Berry ends up getting into SVG. And that comes down on the number 4. There's the 22. Logano gets around. That's who got into Bubba Wallace. Looks like a lot more damage there for the 22 than I previously thought. So a big wreck there. A lot of drivers now could have jacked up race cars. And you see the contact there, both from the number 20 and the number 21 getting into the wall on the outside. A tough lick. Looks like the 20 of Christopher Bell's okay. But at least 5, 6, 7, 8 cars involved in that incident.
So I was wondering if the 33 knew he was 3 wide. Well, he knew it because he was the one who made it 3 wide. So just listen to the spot.
Out there door, quarter, bumper clear, 20 out there, quarter, bumper, back is yours, top, bottom of 3, all clear, racket behind us, inside quarter, stop.
We talk a lot about, Austin Hill is a number of races in this car and the communication on the roof and what all he's dealing with. And I thought it was clear communication of that he was clear of the 20. And then I heard door and quarter, which tells me the 2 cars you just drove up next to are there. So I feel like Austin, because I questioned if he knew. I think Austin knew how many were out there, but maybe his car wouldn't allow it. They just kind of they know if you lift right there, it's easy to say, but if you check up at that spot, you lose 5 spots. I mean, you're the exit of turn 3 before the longest straightaway.
So you could hear there Steve Letarte sort of hesitating to blame the driver Austin Hill of the number 33. He's seen a lane and he took it. It was very aggressive, but the 97 was already loose and got into the number 21 there. So that's really unfortunately not on anybody, just SVG losing grip there in the number 97 Chevrolet, and he gets into the number 21 Ford Mustang there, and that's what caused that wreck. We got a lot of drivers pitting here though, with 20 laps down in stage number 2. We've still got 45 laps to go here, so really interesting to see how these strategies pay off here. A lot of drivers, I think, just taking fuel here.
Trevor, 47 to go here in stage 2. This is right on the next lane. Chris Gill makes the call for Denny Hamlin to come down pit road, right side tires only. Tight fuel-wise, Adam, to make it to the end of
So a lot of 2-tire stops here for a lot of drivers. Just trying to top off on fuel as well.
Reddick, the best of those that came down the pit lane when you talk about the exit. Third caution of the afternoon.
Wow. Looking at that replay there, it looks like SVG may have gotten really lucky there, as the number 97 looks like he still should be good to race. And man, interesting. Hey, Robert, you're right about that, man. Brad Keselowski cannot catch a break this year, man. It has been tough for that number 6 Ford Mustang team for RFK. Very, very tough for him, man. You can almost say the same thing, too, about Bubba Wallace, man. He has caught a lot of nasty breaks here thus far. So there's SVG pitting as they're trying to check out his car to make sure everything's looking like it's working good and still functional. A lot of damage there on the front bumper for Joey Logano. All right, so a lot of drivers doing a lot of work on their cars here as we wait to get back here. What's up, Dylan? Right now, John Hunter Nemechek is on top with Chase Briscoe. Tyler Reddick's right there as well. Well, I see they've switched it up here since some drivers pitted and some stayed out. We'll go through the top 10 here coming up here in just a second. As a matter of fact, since we're in this, caution, I might as well go get me another drink. So hold down the chat for us, guys. I'm going to be right back literally in just a few seconds here. And yeah, guys, so a big wreck there brings out the caution. Our first big wreck of the day. So we got 46 laps to go here in stage number 2. We'll probably have about 44 or 43 laps to go when we get started back up here in stage number 2. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be right back, guys, literally in just a minute. Ugh. All right, we back. There we go. Time for an ice cold one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Man, see all them NASCAR fans cracking open some cold ones, man. I got to crack open a cold one, too. Let's go. Come on. Now what we do? Now we party. We party, Echoes. We party. I like it when I leave, though, because I can come back and type, back, chat. We back, chat.
Riding with William Byron today, courtesy the Andrew.
All right, guys. So we are seeing some more cloud cover here at Pocono Raceway. There is some rain coming into the area here, and maybe sooner rather than later. So I think the aggression here is going to start to turn up a notch, believe it or not, even after that big caution there. Tough day for Brad Keselowski. It looks like his day is done in that number 6 Ford Mustang there. Too much damage there for that number 6 to continue here today. So best of luck to Brad Keselowski next week. Been a tough year for RFK, to say the least. All right. Thank you, everybody, hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have any comments, racing questions, or sports questions, anything you'd like to ask or just shout out. Make sure you guys hit me up with those super chats here on Tim Reynolds Show. Anything you can do to help support the channel does go a long way. Don't forget you can sign up for channel memberships as well on my YouTube channel at Tim Reynolds Show. And you can also donate by clicking the link at the top of my YouTube page. And appreciate you guys with anything you're willing to do, whether that's just sharing this live stream with your family and friends, just coming on, smashing that like button, or even just leaving a comment or two and hanging out with us. I do appreciate it. Ty, what's up, man? Greetings from Illinois. Appreciate you, dog. All right, so a longer commercial break here than I thought, so I guess let's get ready. Let's crack open a cold one here, man. It's race day, baby. You know what that means? It's almost time for Beer 30. Let's go. Hey, cheers to y'all, man, and thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Woo, there we go, baby. Yeah, gotta crack open the cold one. Race day goes with an ice cold beer, just like a burger and hot dogs go with a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of barbecue, man, I've been waiting to get me some brisket and some pulled pork Now with the weather turning around, man, I want to get out there. I've already used my smoker once this year, guys. Got to smoke some ribs. Got to do some other meats. It was pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here, man. Hey, if you guys have any questions, man, any shout-outs, let me know what's up. Pam, how we doing? Happy Sunday. Let's go number 5, Larson. Shout out, Pam. What's up? How we doing, Mrs. Reynolds? Thanks for hanging out. Greetings from Florida. Gator, Gator, Gator. Let's go, Gators. And guys, don't forget, next week, we go street racing in San Diego on a naval base. Let's go. Come on. I cannot wait for that race, man. That's going to be awesome.
Racing fans, the surprise of a lifetime. Stream the newest episode of The Undercovers, now exclusively on Prime. Let's go down to Kim.
Yeah, Brad Keselowski out of the care center after being part of that multi-car incident. Brad, walk us through what happened, what you know.
Yeah, somebody hit the wall in front of me, and it just stacked everybody up. I got through the first wave of the crash, and then somebody got into someone else and spun down in front of me and tore the front end off. I didn't really have a chance to even do anything. So it's unfortunate. I actually feel like we were dialing the car in and pretty decent, just kind of waiting for the race to develop, and didn't get a chance to let it develop. So I guess you can kind of see it here. They started spinning the wreck in front of me, and I thought I had it cleared, and then they're good in that car. So part of it, I guess.
Thanks, Brad.
Brad came in 15th in the chase standings.
It's a tough day there at the office for Brad Keselowski, and you just see it there, guys. Unfortunate for SVG. He just got so loose to get up into the 21, and they collided coming out of turn number 3 there. And, yep. With that now, Brad Keselowski moves on to next week. It's been a tough season for him in the number 6 Ford Mustang team.
Over at Legacy Motor Club, Trevor mentioned that prior to the green flag today, and you look at Eric Jones, now up to 15th on our chase leaderboard, 3rd prior to the choose here, and he goes outside lane because he wants to give an assist to his teammate, John Hunter Nemechek, who will be in control of the field.
And that's right, guys. John Hunter Nemechek is your leader here in stage number 2. Chase Briscoe right beside him with John Hunter Nemechek's teammate, Eric Jones, right behind him. Suarez as well up there with his teammate, Carson Hocevar, alongside Ross Chastain. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good restart, baby, as we head to the restart zone here. The green flag is out here for the NASCAR Cup Series at Pocono Raceway. And here we go. John Hunter Nemechek holding on to the lead. Chase Briscoe in the number 19 Toyota looking to the inside lane. And there they go into turn number 1. The 42 holds on to the lead and dive bombs to the bottom lane. And there on the outside, battling Briscoe is the number 43 of Eric Jones. And Jones looking to battle as we come out of turn number 1. And we're here at the tricky triangle, as you see here. Briscoe look to the inside of the 43. Ross Chastain dive bombs the number 7 of Daniel Suarez and gets around the number 7 Chevrolet, his former teammate. And that was an aggressive move by Suarez. And oh, contact! William Byron trying to thread the needle between 2 other cars, and that almost cost him. And man, here we go, 3 wide back to the pack. Ryan Blaney on the outside. Ty Gibbs on the inside. Austin Cindric squeezed in the middle as they come out of turn number 3. 3 wide going down the front stretch. And Austin Cindric falls back behind his teammate. They're just outside the top 10 as Denny Hamlin continues to battle to get that number 11 Toyota back up towards the front. You see there, he's a little loose coming out of turn number 1 there. As the clouds start to roll in, ladies and gentlemen, I could see the aggression start to take a tip up here with the adrenaline kicking in for these Cup Series drivers. John Hunter Nemechek holds on to the lead. Chase Elliott continues to move up in the number 9 Chevrolet as he's now 8th. Denny Hamlin just cracked the top 10 with Tyler Reddick right behind him.
Reddick gave him 1 shot. He's not going to give him a second. Now he's going to follow that 41 in.
So you're starting to see 2 different strategies here. It's the bottom lane or using that top lane to able to hold on to the throttle and get more speed out of the corner here. If you've got speed in the corner, you're doing the best you can. And hey, congratulations to John Hunter Nemechek. Just ran the fastest lap of the race thus far, leading this one in the number 42 Toyota Camry. So John Hunter Nemechek really stepping up here with this opportunity with a very fast race car here for Legacy Motor Club.
Yeah, if you're a fan of one of these drivers that's still long,
Jeffrey and Ty, what's going on, man?
It's going to work out. Don't feel alone. I'm wondering as well. It's really going to be how this race runs, how this next 41 laps of this stage run. Do we get a caution? Do we not? Right now, I expect everyone in the field near the front to come to pit road under green before the end of the stage. Where will they be and how long will their stops be will determine the success.
All right, so they're talking pit strategy right now on the broadcast, and you can hear it, guys, that everyone's going to have to pit before the end of this stage, whether they like it or not. It's just when do they choose to pit and how that helps them out as far as track position. And oh my goodness, Austin Cedric went with an aggressive move. Ty Gibbs throws the block there, and that's a battle all the way here in the teens. And wow, Ty Gibbs, that was an aggressive block there in Austin Cedric. As you see there, Austin Dillon trying to survive as well.
16th on back.
We haven't talked much about Christopher Bell. We talked a lot in the pre-race. Remember that cast on the left hand or left wrist after that huge hit a week ago?
So Christopher Bell driving around near 20th, it looks like here. Or excuse me, 30th. No, 21st, excuse me.
Staying behind the wheel.
As they show him, he's doing pretty good with that cast on his wrist right now.
Let's go back to last week in Michigan. Restart, 20th position to have a great day.
And here they go, guys, showing the replay from last week at Michigan, where bam, Christopher Bell, a hard hit into the wall, and that's the hardest hit in the next gen era right there.
Right there. Oh, amazing this young man was able to get out of the car, much less be here this weekend racing with us. And they worked really hard to get him as comfortable as possible with the cast on his arm.
And much respect to Chase Elliott there. Check it on Christopher Bell right after that accident happened. Much respect to the driver of the number 9 Chevrolet for that, man. But Christopher Bell, 6 top 10 finishes this season, but also 7 finishes of 20th or worse this year. So a very up and down year for Christopher Bell, the driver of the number 20 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, Junior Steve was reading it. I've been listening to Christopher Bell. Not one word about his...
Yeah, Echoes, you're right. Halfway. Yep, halfway, we'll call the race. And we're almost there. We probably got about 20... Yeah, a little over 20 laps to go. So before we even get to the end of stage number 2, we'll be halfway through this race. And you can see some clouds. You could see some rain off in the distance here just from some of these car angles. So, yeah, definitely got to watch the weather here, guys. It's going to play a big part, I think, into the end of this one, man. Appreciate you, Robert. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us, man. Don't forget to please like and subscribe, guys. And now Ryan Blaney looking to the inside of Ty Gibbs as Blaney looks to get inside the top 15. And that number 12 Ford Mustang makes a nice move on the inside lane, forcing the 54 to the outside.
Went to victory lane a couple of years ago. Got that Ryan Newman throwback from when the Rocket Man won the Daytona 500 back in...
And a nice run there up the front stretch.
Austin Dillon crossing it over.
As you see there, Ty Gibbs able to get back in front. And we head to commercial break with John Hunter Nemechek leading in the number 42 Toyota Camry here for Legacy Motor Club at Pocono Raceway. All right, so a lot more battles in the back of the pack than what you're seeing in the front right now. But what's really curious about me, guys, is that every time they show these driver cameras, the cameras on top of the race cars, you can just see in probably one corner of the racetrack. I want to try to see if I can guess which corner here. I want to say it's probably near turn 3, but it looks like you definitely see some rain, some cloud cover heading to the racetrack here. So is this going to be a race against the clock, a race against Mother Nature to see who ends up winning this race? I mean, I don't know. Right now, the Toyotas are dominating. As we see here, 3 Toyotas already in the top 3. 2 of those teammates, and Eric Jones in the number 43 Toyota, and John Hunter Nemechek in the number 42 Toyota, as they lead here for Legacy Motor Club at Pocono Raceway for the NASCAR Cup Series. Don't forget, guys, to please like and subscribe. We're on a bit of a commercial break here, so we'll try to keep up with the action. Good afternoon, Miles. Thank you, brother. My favorite jacket. This was my dad's jacket back in the day. Rest in peace, Dad. Miss you and love you. And yep. Good to see Ty hanging out at the game there in Illinois for the Cubbies. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, so we've got 35 laps to go here. And a lot of drivers right now playing that fuel strategy game, with a lot of them trying to save as much as they can because that's less fuel they got to put in the car, with all of these drivers having to pit before the end of stage number 2. Overall, I think we've got 2 or 3, more than likely 3 more stops in the rest of this one. All right, so Hamlin looking to the inside of Michael McDowell, and Danny Hamlin looks like he's got himself another position as the driver of the number 11 Toyota Camry continues to work his way up inside the top 8, getting around Michael McDowell for that 8th place position.
In 2 minutes or less.
So back here at Pocono Raceway, John Hunter Nemechek has got himself a good lead here over Chase Briscoe. And man, what a win this could be. And his best finish here was 6th last year in his 5th ever Pocono race for John Hunter Nemechek. Wow, Miles, that's awesome. Oh, okay, thank you, Echoes, for that update.
They worked together in some capacity back to their Hendrick days 20 years ago. I know you guys know the importance of those crew chiefs getting along, Marty.
Trevor checked in with Chris Gale, the crew chief for Denny Hamlin, who's trying to track down Chase Elliott to be the leader of those on that lap 48 pitting strategy. Steve, I asked Chris Gale, I said, pitting at that point, can you make it to the end of the stage? He said, if it goes green, likely not, but I can flip it. And also I can pit with everybody else, and then my stop would be much quicker than everybody else. But Steve, I'm not sure any of these drivers and teams are planning on trying to make it all the way to the end of stage 2. Why would that be?
Well, I believe if you stay out at the end of, and score points at the end of stage 2, I just think you're going to be bypassed by so many cars that pit under green that your chance of winning the race is basically gone. Now, there are cars. I look at Ricky
So we see here, a lot of these cars up front right now are near the 30 percentile on fuel, while Elliott and the rest of the drivers are about 60-65% fuel rate right now, or fuel left in the tank. So, which means the drivers in 6th place and up are going to need to pit before the end of the stage, while those other drivers could probably make it to the end of the race on fuel. But you probably don't want to wear your tires out that long, or use those tires that long for another, 30 laps? But we'll see. I mean, there's going to be some guys who try to stretch it out, some guys who try to pit early. We got to see which one of these pit strategies end up paying off here. So John Hunter Nemechek holding on to the lead here in the number 42 Toyota. Chase Briscoe right behind him in 2nd. Eric Jones in the number 43 Toyota is 3rd, the teammate of Nemechek.
Trying to figure out, Chase just takes a spot away from Suarez here as they're battling side by side.
You reference Suarez. It's really interesting to look at the
So Daniel Suarez there in 6th in the number 7 Chevrolet. He's the first one there in front of Elliott, and Elliott's on that different pit strategy where he has over 60% fuel right now compared to 30% from the drivers ahead of him.
impressive at this stage of the game.
Suarez is really the car that
Yep, Legacy doing pretty good, man. As we see Chase Elliott look to the outside here in the number 7. Chevrolet's battling here as we go down the front stretch. And a great run there by Chase Elliott, who gets inside the top 6 here with that pass. And Suarez had no choice but to back off a little bit there, as that was a great run coming out of turn number 3 for the number 9 Chevrolet.
Shows me that this 24's got some good handle. Haven't seen that out of some other cars that I thought would be good today. Larson They got a little work to do, but the 24, the 9, maybe those guys.
Echoes, that's awesome, man.
What's all this?
Robert, appreciate your shout out to Go Legacy Motor Club. Yeah, they've been doing pretty good the last handful of races. They've had fast race cars and been putting things together here. A win could be very big for Legacy Motor Club here at Pocono.
The 24 are kind of in the last. So if you look on the left side, look at last pit, right? Look at who is at the front of each number. So Elliott was last on 17, so he's the leader of that group. We have John Hunter kind of on his own situation, which is fine. Briscoe leading that last on lap 33 group. And that's the best way to look at it. You mentioned it, Adam. We'll figure out which game Elite Frog is the best to be on, but you definitely want to be the lead of that group regardless.
Don't put $100 on one guy. Put like 25, 25, 25, 20. Spread it out, right? Scan the QR code to shop Logitech G's.
All right, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got some really good racing going on right now as these drivers sort of fan out. They're trying to play the fuel strategy game here to the best of their ability. Now, the drivers inside the top 6, besides Chase Elliott, as we see Elliott and Hamlin have been able to get around Suarez. So Suarez, Ross Chastain, Hocevar, Brandon Jones, Chase Briscoe, and the leader, John Hunter Nemechek, are all on different pit strategies. And right now, on lap 39 of 65 here in stage number 2, they're going to have to pit in probably the next handful of laps to try to get more fuel in their car to make it to the end of the stage. But Elliott looks to the inside of Ross Chastain and gets around the number 1 Chevrolet for the top 5 spot there for Chase Elliott in the number 9 Chevy. A nice run there for Elliott, able to use that momentum to get around the number 1, and you can tell some of those drivers already backing off the throttle a little bit more so, trying to conserve fuel.
In the 7 car, also battling a cool suit that is not working. Listen to the radio.
I think I lost my shirt. I think it's working. Oh, if it's working, I cannot do that for some reason.
I don't think it's working. Let's just go ahead and turn that switch off. But remember, your screen will go black for a few minutes, or a few seconds, excuse me.
So Dale Jr., your weather update, very timely. Yes, it is getting cooler here at Pocono, but even on a cool day, is a cool shirt that's not working a hindrance to a driver?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit warmer. That's some pretty thick material that those shirts are made out of, and that if that fluid's not cooling, it's getting warmer like everything else. So it's adding temperature to your core, and it'll just make for a long day. It might be something he can fix inside the car. If not, it'll be a tough day for him.
So Daniel Suarez's cool suit is not working properly as he tries to navigate that issue. Right now, we've got John Hunter Nemechek leading at Pocono Raceway here at the Tricky Triangle. As we head to another commercial break, guys, here, we'll try to see what sort of strategies and racing we've got here with 26 laps to go here in stage number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, we are within 10 laps of reaching the halfway point here at Pocono Raceway. And guys, weather is approaching the racetrack. So we'll have to see if we make it through unscathed here with hopefully no rain coming till we get to the end of this race. As we'll see what happens here, John Hunter Nemechek leading in the number 42 Toyota for Legacy Motor Club. A big lead here for him. As far as him and the Legacy Motor Club car, they need a big win here at Pocono to help out their team. So we'll see what happens here. Roll Tide, raise hell, praise Dale. Let's go, engine number 9. How we doing, Ghost? Hey! Cheers to my boy Ghost, one of our members here on Tim Reynolds Show. Hope you're doing well, brother. Miles says Hamlin. Yep, Hamlin's doing good. If Hamlin wins again, he's going to be insane. Did you say Brandon Jones in the Cup Series? No, not Brandon Jones. That is Eric Jones. Gator bait. All right, hope everybody's doing well. Guys, don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, still on commercial break here, guys. All right, guys, we got over 25 people hanging out with us here on the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. Ghost, good to see you, brother. I thought I smelled sulfur. Oh, watch out. Robert and Ghost going at it again. All right, guys, don't forget to hit me up with those super chats. If you guys have any questions, racing questions, sports questions, or anything you'd just like to shout out here or stand out here as far as a comment on the live chat. And don't forget to please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help out Tim Reynolds Show any way you can. You can sign up for channel memberships. Donate by clicking the link on the top of my YouTube page at Tim Reynolds Show. Or anything really helps out, guys, even if it's just sharing the live stream with your family and friends or just dropping by, maybe hitting that like button or subscribing does make a hell of a difference. And if you want your comments or questions to stand out, just hit me up with those super chats, guys. So hope you're doing well. I have a smart idea. Scream, let's go Cubs at the St. Louis Cardinals game on Wednesday. Wish me luck. Heck yeah, man. Good job, Ty. Go root for your team, buddy. All right, guys, so you see here, fuel burn expected to be 4 to 6 miles per gallon.
I believe most of the cars out front here are going to pit under green, but if we go back and look far enough, the 47 is standing
Yo!
51.
Let's go ahead and put some steel on the target. Let's go. Appreciate you there, Robert, with a $2 super chat donation, helping out the cause. Guys, we do have a super chat goal here of 10 throughout the day. We've already got our first one. Thank you, courtesy of Robert, one of our members here on Tim Reynolds Show. Hope you guys are doing good. Uh-oh, Dylan's like, time to get the hell out of there. All right, so you see, guys, here, the fuel burn difference. As you see, Chase Elliott really doing a lot of saving, even from the 4th place position.
Talked about him, 9. Got a really good race car. And everybody chasing John Hunter Nemechek, who's led 29 laps today. That's the most in his career in a race. Marty?
Adam, 1 lap ago, Denny Hamlin came on the radio, very short communication, said, quote, something feels funny.
Uh-oh.
Immediately jumped into action, and then Chris Lambert told Denny, listen, if you can buy us 4 more laps, that would really help us to get into our fuel window. Oddly enough, a few more laps before that, his teammate Chase Briscoe, too, said he had a small vibration on the 19, so we're going to watch this 11.
All right, guys, so the 11 reporting some sort of issue going on here with his car. As Hamlin tries to navigate it, his pit crew is looking for at least another handful of laps before the 11 can pit to sort of check and make an adjustment here. So interesting to see what happens here with Hamlin. And also Chase Briscoe, who's currently 2nd, is reporting an issue as well. So we'll have to see what this means. So no brakes blowing up there, Miles. I guess a vibration. I don't think it could be brakes here at Pocono.
And all of these guys are trying to get
more than likely it could be tire wear. All right, time to roll one up and smoke it, says Dylan. Heck yeah. And Ghost says, going on, you lug nuts. Robert, that sulfur smell means you just burned a hole in the seat cushion. I feel unbelievable until I watch the game. Seriously, New York are cooked. Thank you, Danhausen. For the uncursed 1973 Unbelieve. What's up, brother BKL? Thank you, man, for hanging out with us. As we see a lot of drivers start to hit pit lane now, especially those ones out in front who are on a different pit strategy than a lot of the other field here. We see Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez making their pits here. Ghost, yep, had to flip the brush over to the good side. All right, so a really fast pit stop here for Ross Chastain. Daniel Suarez makes sure to get topped off completely before he pulls out of his pit stall. Wolf Creek says, already got it rolled. Let's fire it up. There you go. All right, guys, back to the action here. Chase Briscoe has gotten to the back bumper here of John Hunter Nemechek, closing the gap with 19 laps to go. The number 19 Toyota looking to take the lead over from the number 42 Toyota of John Hunter Nemechek. Briscoe reported an issue going on with the 19, but he still looks fast and looks to battle for the lead here with 19 laps to go in stage number 2.
We're 4 seconds under yellow, could be 20 spots.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
See if the 42 comes this time.
Coming out of turn number 2.
I mentioned the one walk up.
Or excuse me, yes, that is turn number 2. And heading into turn number 3, Nemechek holding that bottom line. You can see Briscoe. Uh-oh, he's going to go ahead and pit. So with 18 laps to go, Chase Briscoe heads down to pit road. And we'll see him get some tires, some Goodyear tires, some fuel, some Sunoco fuel. And hopefully get a little tweak to that number 19 car to help tune that in.
5 seconds. They just told him a moment ago, Steve. You see Carson Hocevar coming down pit road as well. We'll get an eyeball on that right front for Hocevar. Briscoe's been pretty happy with the handling of the car. Just kind of needs a little bit better track position. But they are going to wait on fuel here for the defending winner here at Pocono, the 19. Meanwhile, for the 77, Carson Hocevar said, I'm good everywhere except turn 1. 2-3 through turn 1 for Hocevar.
See that play for the 19? That literally, the tire changer waited on the gas man. Like, we think it's all about changing tires. It was all about the gas man. They didn't want him to unplug any sooner than he needed to. Now we start to see a little bit of a trickle of other cars coming to pit road.
All right, guys, so the leader comes to pit, and so does Eric Jones, who takes over the lead, actually. So John Hunter Nemechek pitting here, and we'll start to see, as these green flag pit stops sort of cycle through, what plays better, the track position after the end of stage number 1, or will you see other drivers now sort of try to pit before the end of stage number 2 here to get on the same strategy?
Clear nod from the gas man saying he sees the fuel in the vent. They want these cars completely full at this point.
You're right, Ghost. It sounds like Dylan and Wolf are baking today. Yeah, race and bake. Race and bake. You guys crack me up in the chat, man.
The 42 needed more fuel than the 19, but did
Ghost says, Dylan, remember to open the window.
That much track position, right? One position on racetrack.
Now that's retired military coming out of me. Everything gets the fire, says Robert. Damn.
Justin Alexander has called his 43 car of Eric Jones to pit road. They'll be waiting on fuel as well. Eric Jones just a little tighter in that run and hoping for an air pressure adjustment to get his balance back.
Scheduled green flag pit stops. 16 laps to go, stage 2. The top 3 have peeled off. They all wait on fuel. And now we'll watch as the 43 rejoins the field.
All right.
Yeah, this one
So Elliott takes over the lead now. Hamlin right behind him in second. William Byron in third. Tyler Reddick in fourth. As a lot of those drivers that were in the lead pit here. And unfortunately there, that means they're on a different strategy and have to fall back to the back of the pack.
It's going to be close. I think the 42 is going to be behind him. So 43 of Jones leapfrogs his teammate. Once again, though, they were on split strategies. Now they're together. Right? So now these two different plans have merged together. Now we can start taking our attention to the top. Elliott leads, Hamlin second, Byron third. I believe this is the race for the win. I like the strategy these guys are on. Elliott, Hamlin, and Byron.
And ladies and gentlemen, we just got a new fastest lap on the racetrack. It was Carson Hocevar, who's carrying a lot of speed there in that number 77 Chevrolet.
Yeah, the 16 of A.J. Allmendinger, just bad in traffic was the call from him, looking for a little bit more out of that race car.
So A.J. Allmendinger completes his stop in the number 16 Chevrolet.
Tremendous anticipation for he and his race team the next couple of weeks as we head to race at Naval Base Coronado, street race next weekend in San Diego in 2 weeks' time.
All right, guys, so 15 laps to go here in stage number 2. We have officially made it past the halfway point of the race. So if weather comes and makes a showing here at Pocono, we'll have to see what that means. So right now, Chase Elliott is your new leader here at Pocono Raceway. Come on, Elliott. And that number 9 Napa Chevrolet looks really fast here, folks. Hamlin's only a second behind the leader, though. You can see him there in the rearview mirror of the number 9. Chase Elliott trying to hold on to the lead here. All right, guys, so approaching 13 laps to go here in stage number 2 as they head to another commercial break. Guys, don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so different pit strategies now for a lot of these drivers, and what's going to be really interesting is, are we going to see more drivers sort of come in and pit before the end of stage number 2 to flip the stage, if you will, or will we see these drivers just pit at the end of stage number 2? And then when you get into the final stage, you're probably only going to need 1 or 2 pit stops, if I'm not mistaken, here at Pocono, with the way the fuel mileage is and how many laps we'll have left. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Storms of brewing, says Miles. Robert, I'm glad you have the jail stainless steel toilets installed. Hey, those are some good toilets. Those are some good toilets there, Ghost. Ghost, that toilet was strategic. Transfer of equipment to an alternate location. There you go. There you go. Man, I got the windows too much smoked rolled out. Oh my gosh, rolling out. Dylan, you got to take it easy, man. You still need air to breathe, dude. You still need air to breathe, brother. All right. Hope everybody's doing well here, man. We got some pretty good racing going on here at Pocono Raceway, the tricky triangle, as you see right there on our race tracker. Right now, a lot of different drivers playing different strategies throughout this race. So we'll see if it really does pay off here for the drivers who are on one fuel strategy and for the ones who are on another one. And right now, just pretty much the rest of the field, besides a handful of cars, will more than likely pit at the end of this stage in 12 laps, and they'll get Goodyear tires, so 4 sets of tires and fuel, fill up their cars, and then more than likely you're only going to see maybe 2 more pit stops the rest of this race here in the final stage, as we'll have 80 laps, or no, actually a little less than that. So we got 12 laps to go here. So that puts us right at about 96 laps. So give or take, that's a little less than 80 laps to go, a little less than 70 laps to go throughout the race. Yeah, so I think that means if everybody pits right after stage number 2, there should only be 1 more pit stop left to make if we stay green flag racing throughout stage number 3. So we'll see what really ends up happening there. Dylan baking the neighbors now. Dylan is fine. He has a blowhole to breathe through. That's terrible, Robert. That's terrible. All right, we're back racing here at Pocono Raceway. Alfie, what's up? Long time no see.
Green flag pit stop. Racing for 20th now. Briscoe, Jones.
All right, guys, don't forget to please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit me up with those super chats, guys. We've got 9 more to reach our goal here on Tim Reynolds Show. And 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. So Hamlin getting closer and closer to the back bumper here of Chase Elliott. Elliott holding on to the lead here.
I think Gilliland has now moved himself in position as the highest up car that I think has a chance to make it on fuel. We'll see if that happens. Trevor.
Michael McDowell coming down pit road. He's going to go on the jack. They're going to hold the jack up and wait for Travis to drop it once the fuel is full here, guys.
Good run of the race here in stage 2 with all 3 of those Spire Chevys inside the top 10. Michael McDowell exits the pit lane after making his scheduled stop with 10 to go in the stage.
Calculating. Well, yeah, man, they're doing all kinds of strategy here. We're trying to watch it and keep up with what action we should keep up with. As you see here, Hamlin gets a run here on Elliott going down the front stretch, heading into turn number 1. You can see Hamlin starting to work his way up to the top lane, while Elliott's really holding firm on that bottom lane right now in Pocono.
Now we do our burn bar presented by Red Bull.
Trying to see who's the standout on the left side of your screen. Miles per gallon is what we're looking at. A high number would be an indication of somebody trying something. So I keep talking.
All right, guys, so a lot of drivers being able to play really good in the fuel strategy game right now. Most drivers getting over 5 miles per gallon, except for the leader. And speaking of the leader, oh, Hamlin gets a little loose as he gets to the back bumper here of Chase Elliott. And the speed coming out of that number 11 car almost gets the front end loose as Hamlin's able to hold on to it. And now Elliott able to hold on to the lead. But Hamlin trying to push the issue here. Looking to the inside of turn number 1. And there goes Denny Hamlin, the driver of the number 11 Toyota, is your new leader here at Pocono Raceway. And what a move there by the number 11 carrying so much speed, one turn ahead where he got really loose in the front end, but carries that momentum down the front stretch and onto the bottom, getting to the inside of the number 9. And you can see there, Alan Gustafson, the crew chief, probably trying to tell his driver to save here as they get to the last of the end of the stage.
Run to the bottom. We'll see if that's to get to pit road or just try and get the clean air. It looks to be just clean air at this point as he'll chase the 11 down again.
Yeah, Echoes, Hamlin was reporting an issue, but it's not slowed him down. He reported some sort of vibration going on in the car, which we didn't get an update on yet, but Hamlin still pretty fast right now.
Very long way as we now see the 60 of
All right, so some other drivers now hitting pit lane to try to take on different pit strategies here to benefit them and their racing team.
Hitting pit road here, knows he can make it from this point to the next stop there, Steve. You're going to see them wait on the fuel as well. 4 tires for Ryan Preece.
So let's see what they do, whether they let the jack down. They do. They don't really wait much, so that right there, as we go with the Trimble onboard camera of Ryan Preece looking back at the driver.
All right, so Ryan Preece with a fast pit stop here. As we see a lot of drivers play different pit strategies and different fuel strategy here at Pocono Raceway.
Look normal, but there's some nuance about who's priority at the back of the field.
I've turned over in a while. I was there before. Robert has concreted it now. Oh my gosh. Ghost, I also put floating device on it. What the heck is going on here?
Making his scheduled stop.
Alfie, we doing good, brother.
The fact that Kyle Larson started out the race earlier a little bit tight, but they've over-adjusted. They feel like they're on the other side of it now. Loose on exits. They're going to come down now, get their fuel and tires.
All right, so Kyle Larson, one of those first cars choosing to pit now before the end of the stage rather than pitting at the end of stage number 2.
Everything the 11 and the 9 need to say. You see the 5 waiting a little bit on gas. The 11 of Denny Hamlin, the 9 of Chase Elliott, both coming to...
And here come the leaders. The 11 of Denny Hamlin and the 9 of Chase Elliott are choosing to try to get on the same strategy as these drivers who will now take over the lead here at the end of stage number 2. And this is very crucial. Fast pit stops needed for both the 9 and the 11. We'll see if both teams focus on making sure they get fuel in that car all the way. So Elliott here, waiting for fuel here. And they get it filled up there for the number 9, who speeds off of pit lane. Hamlin looking for the same thing. Will his crew be just as fast? And Hamlin able to hold on to that position ahead of Chase Elliott. They're coming off the pit road, and they'll be in the teens here, but they're topped off here with 5 laps to go in the stage number 2, which means they should be able to make it to the end on fuel here, guys. I thought they were going to need at least one more pit stop, but looks like these drivers are able to conserve enough here at Pocono where they can make it on 60 laps in fuel.
They're going to have a hard time holding off those fresher tires, but great pit calls, great pit work by Legacy, giving their guys a chance. Kim.
Miles and Dylan says, sorry, Elliott fans. Hey, it's okay. It ain't over. It ain't over. Come on, Elliott. Come on.
They've done a great job of rebounding after an early mishap on their pit stop. You see him waiting on fuel, just needs a little bit better entry.
Now the real question is who's not going to pit. 4 to go. Cindric, Bell, Gilliland, Wallace. Gilliland, I believe, is trying to stretch it. Is Cindric or Bell going to try to steal some stage points? 4 laps. 10 miles.
So Austin Cindric takes over with the lead here with 4 to go in stage number 2. Christopher Bell's in second, right behind him in the number 20 Toyota. Tate Gilliland, who a lot of people believe can make it on fuel, is in third. But here comes the leader, Austin Cindric, as he gets into pit lane looking to get tires and fuel in that number 2 Ford Mustang.
He didn't really have many complaints. He didn't know they fired off well earlier. He was firing off a little snug, so they alleviated that problem. They will take a second can. You see that second can go in and waiting on fuel.
You see Christopher Bell, Kim, coming down pit road. Now remember, Bell has really run from about 15th to 25th all day long.
So good pit stop there for the number 2. Looking for a good pit stop here as well on the number 20 team.
All the way around. So let's see if he gains a little
And again, all drivers making sure they get full of fuel here as they look to make it to the end. David Gilliland takes over the top spot, or excuse me, Todd Gilliland takes over the top spot here with 3 to go. And remember, when Gilliland goes around here on the start-finish line, that's going to close pit lane.
Going to try to run down this 34. Think about Briscoe and the slow start to the year points-wise for this 19 team.
All right, so 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. So the pit road will be closed.
The crew chief say to have a great chance, you think you want to be up inside that.
So Chase Briscoe trying to see if he's got anything right now for the number 34. And Todd Gilliland is trying to save fuel, trying to see if he could possibly make it to the end. I think that's a gutsy call for him.
He was in the 55, so Gilliland now sees in his mirror or in his rearview camera the gap, and he has to manage it now for a lap and a half.
Well, you talk about the points in Briscoe. Briscoe able to finish 4th in that opening stage and in position here to pounce once again in that regard. Helping his
All right, so Chase Briscoe making good lap times here, but it may be too little too late here at this end of stage number 2, as it looks like Todd Gilliland's going to come around turn number 3 and down the front stretch with 1 lap to go here at Pocono Raceway. And Todd Gilliland in the number 34 Ford Mustang, looking for his first stage win of the year here. Battling here going into turn number 1. Briscoe probably too far back behind the leader to try to get there before the end of the race, unless we see Gilliland get a little loose here.
For highlighting the day, like these guys spend so much time, 20th, 25th, 27th. You know, 10 stage points. He's only scored 19 stage points all year, so to score 10 stage points is just a monster day for this 34 car. And the back half of the field are going to have to pit anyway.
All right, guys, so we see heading into the final turn here in stage number 2 on the final lap. It's Todd Gilliland in the number 34 Ford Mustang who gets the stage 2 victory here for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. And very interesting how the top 10 ends up coming out here. Congratulations to both. Oh, looks like Hamlin and Elliott battling here. Get inside the top 10 here at the end of stage number 2. Crucial points there for them. And now we'll go over the top 10 here, guys, in just a second after stage number 2 is complete here at Pocono Raceway. So got to see a little more action there in that second stage. A couple more cautions. Unfortunately, a couple of drivers' days have been ended because of those cautions. But we'll get right into it here, guys. Hope you're doing well. All right. Hey, shout out. We got Christian. Landon says yeet. Heck yeah. Thank you, Christian. Yeet. Let's go. Appreciate Landon. How we haven't seen him in a while. Tell him we said shout out. Ghost, I need to get my floaty flamingo for the pool. We have a metal flamingo in the yard, says Robert. Holy crap. And Ghost says, I knew it. Heck yeah, man. Hope you put on a show. Racing each other would be cool. Hey, Miles, I tell you, if I could race, I'd race. Let's go. The pink flamingo out into pool? Oh, boy. Ghost, yep, no more peeing in the pool. It's okay to pee in the pool. What the heck, man? Echo said, I never knock another man's favorite driver unless it's that guy. And 2 words for you, Ryan Blaney. Okay there, Echoes. Okay, brother. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. All right, so let's go over the top 10 here after stage number 2 here at Pocono Raceway. So Todd Gilliland ends up winning his first stage of the season here in the number 34 Ford Mustang as he finishes first and gets those 10 crucial stage points here at the end of stage number 2. Chase Briscoe ends up finishing second in the number 19 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. So that's 9 crucial stage points there for the driver that finishes second at the end of stage number 2 there for Chase Briscoe, the driver of the number 19 Toyota. John Hunter Nemechek, a good finish for him after winning stage 1. Ends up finishing third here at the end of stage number 2. So some good points for him in the number 42 Toyota Racing Team. And his teammate Eric Jones ends up finishing fourth at the end of stage number 2 in the number 43 Toyota for Legacy Motor Club. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ends up finishing 5th in the number 47 Chevrolet. Ross Chastain ends up finishing 6th in the number 1 Chevy. Carson Hocevar, who now has the fastest lap on the track thus far, finishes 7th here in the number 77 Chevrolet. Daniel Suarez ends up finishing 8th in the number 7 Chevy. And Denny Hamlin ends up finishing 9th here in the number 11 Toyota. And Chase Elliott ends up finishing 10th here in the number 9 Chevrolet. And that rounds out your top 10 here after stage number 2 here at Pocono Raceway. So hope you guys are sticking around and hanging out with us here for the final stage. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, and we're rolling. Keep this thing a-rolling. Hey, guys, don't forget, next week, the NASCAR Cup Series goes street course racing in San Diego at a naval base. That's right, guys, a Navy base. They're going to transform it into a NASCAR street race. It's going to be incredible. It really is. I cannot wait to do that race with you guys next week. It's going to be awesome. Ghost, if I were... Oh, my gosh. Wow. Okay, Robert. Yep, glad I didn't read that comment.
Camera inside. Joe Logano in the 22 Hunt Brothers Pizza camera. Another 360 cam here as they're working on this car, doing repairs. William Byron in the 24, the Andrew 360 camera. And Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota.
So you see a lot of drivers shutting off the engine and trying to save as much fuel as they can throughout these caution laps. As we get ready for the last stage here, the final stage for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race here at Pocono Raceway. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and racing fans around the world and here in the United States for this 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race play-by-play and reaction live here on Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. And hope you guys are enjoying one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on YouTube today. This is Tim Reynolds Show, baby, and it's time. It's race day, so let's go. Kenneth, how we doing, brother?
It was awesome. It was great to see. It was happy for you guys. Junior Motorsports has been dominant.
All right, guys, so a lot of drivers heading down to pit lane here, and I do believe we're going to see Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin stay out, which means Hamlin and Elliott will take over the lead here, or at least the front row, here at Pocono Raceway.
We've heard some numbers of 42, 43, so they told him to be checking his dash for that gauge as he stretched it along. That they had made their bed, they had to lay in it now, Marty.
Todd Gilliland, very complimentary of Chris Lawson for kind of how they managed stage 2. He's struggling with traffic, but they get that stage win. Now they're going to pay the penalty, waiting on all that fuel for stage 3.
And now the final stage on the way at Pocono.
All right, so Carson Hocevar and Austin Dillon, the big winners on pit lane. They're able to gain 3+ spots there for the 77 Chevy team and the number 3 Chevy Racing team. So good gains there on pit lane. We'll see if it ends up paying off there for those drivers. As we head to the final stage here, guys, we're going to have under 60 laps to go here for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. The tricky triangle has been that here today, guys, as we look to see if Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, amongst others, including Chase Elliott, have a chance. Right now, our stage 1 and 2 winners. In stage 1, we would see John Hunter Nemechek in the number 42 Toyota, who's currently second right now, be able to come and get the stage 1 victory. And then in stage 2, we would see Chase. Wasn't that Chase? No. Was it Chase? Who was it? Who just won stage 2? Todd Gilliland, that's who it was. Yep, Todd Gilliland in the number 34 car ends up getting the stage 2 victory. So we're getting ready for the restart here, guys. Don't forget to please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys, and help us out here as we see a lot of drivers Rearranging their positions here. Right now, Chase Briscoe is your leader in the number 19 Toyota. John Hunter Nemechek is second right now in the number 42 Toyota. Eric Jones is third. In the number 43 Toyota, Daniel Suarez is fourth. In the number 7 Chevrolet, and Danny Hamlin rounds out your top 5 here as we get ready for the restart for stage number 3 here at Pocono Raceway. Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota looks like he is a contender here, but Chase Elliott right behind him in the number 9 Chevrolet here in 6th place. Tyler Reddick right behind him, always a contender here in the number 45 Toyota here in 7th. William Byron in 8th in the number 24 Chevrolet as well. So we'll see who's got anything right now for the leader, Chase Briscoe. Briscoe did win this race last year in that number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing, so you got to think he's got a serious chance of winning here now being on the front row. Kenneth, big shout out, man. Well done, Kenneth. We're being degenerates again. Hamlin won stage 1, didn't he? No Wolf Creek. No, he pitted before the end of stage number 1. John Hunter Nemechek, who pitted earlier on, ended up winning stage number 1.
Crazy here.
And Cartman from South Park.
All right, guys, let's wait to get back to the action. We're the adult version of Animaniacs. Go, Christian. That's pretty cool. Kenneth and Christina, I apologize in advance. I majored in sarcasm and belligerency, or whatever you say there in college. Top of my class, says Robert. Hey, when we get Robert and Ghost in the same chat, it gets pretty crazy.
We talked the entire time about how hard it is for those mid-tier teams to go find success. He said the team and the crew have worked past midnight 3 days.
All right, guys, don't forget to help us out with our Super Chat Challenge. Here, we've got 9 more on our goal. So help us out, guys.
To get these cars prepared and to get those little nuggets of success every now and then. That go a long way for a small team like that. So kudos, Todd Gill and Chris Lawson, that 34 team.
Talking about strategy, it always comes into play. Do you 3-stop it? Do you 4-stop it? We have 2 strategies.
All right, so drivers trying to pick which lane they're going to go into. Looks like we've got another lap to go before we get things started here. So should be pretty good to go. Be right back. Cold beer never broke my heart. Like a diamond ring and football team, it torn this boy apart. Like a neon dream, it just don't know me and the bars and this guitar. Cause long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. Let's go. Echoes, you're supposed to talk amongst yourselves in the chat, okay? I can't just sit here the whole time, all right? Gotta keep the legs going, the blood a flowing, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Stretching, we're stretching it out, working it out, working it out.
How much fuel you need could be a difference maker. You look right
okay, so you see here, guys, the leaders here from 1st to 4th have just over 50% of fuel left, while the rest of the drivers are around 80-90%. So, I don't know, this is going to be interesting, man, because a lot of these drivers could just make it on a full tank. So,
there you have it. Stay within 3 seconds of the leader. You have a tire advantage. The task is clear. Can Denny and Chase do it? We will have to see.
His teammate in charge as we begin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the restart zone, we're back. Green flag racing here for the final stage at Pocono Raceway. And a good restart here for Chase Briscoe, who gets a big push on the outside. The number 19 leading here as we head to turn number 1. Chase Elliott threading the needle as we're 3 wide, heading into turn number 1. The number 9 Chevrolet cuts between Suarez and Reddick. And William Byron does the same thing. Wow! Elliott to the inside, And oh my goodness, I had a Martin Truex Jr. experience right there, man, seeing the Bass Pro Shop Toyota. But that is Chase Briscoe, who loses 4 spots and the lead coming out of turn number 2. Hamlin's been able to get around Eric Jones and is now in second in the number 11 Toyota. And John Hunter Nemechek holding on now with the lead in a chaotic restart coming out of turn number 3. John Hunter Nemechek is your leader at Pocono. Oh, guys, so my bad. Hamlin did win stage number 1. Sorry about that. I thought Hamlin got pitted early there in stage number 1. That was my mistake. So we see here Hamlin, after winning on stage number 1, we had a 9-car accident on lap 47, and Todd Gilliland ends up winning stage number 2. As we see here, though, Hamlin knocking on the door of the leader as John Hunter Nemechek continues to lead here at Pocono Raceway in the number 42 Toyota. But Chase Elliott's going to have something to say about this, folks. He's marching right now inside the top 5. And here comes his teammate, Kyle Larson, who makes it 3 wide, going into the corner here between Michael McDowell and Ryan Blaney, threading the needle. And that number 5 Chevrolet gets around both drivers for a good pass there for the number 5 Chevy.
Priest to the inside. He's going to join this. Larson's going to grab another spot right here.
And Larson already grabbing another spot inside the top 10, getting around Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota. Michael McDowell continues to push up Ryan Blaney, who has to use that high side of Pocono, which definitely slows you down. And man, Kyle Larson's got a fast Chevrolet here on this restart coming out of turn number 1. He's got a nice run on Suarez. Looking to the outside of the number 7. Here comes Larson.
Tyler Reddick still debating whether he's got a tire issue on that right.
And guys, we see here Tyler Reddick reporting a tire issue, even though he was able to get around Daniel Suarez. I'm not sure what to make of this, guys. We've heard this a couple of times throughout the day as drivers deal with issues with their race cars.
Hamlin has made up almost 80 points in the last 3 races and doing some.
And now here Hamlin looking to the inside of Chase Briscoe. And Briscoe continues to fall backwards as Chase Elliott takes over a top 4 spot here in this one. And unfortunately there for Briscoe, he falls back to 5th.
Byron right here in the 24 car. I like the speed in the 24 that I've seen today.
So John Hunter Nemechek still holding on to the lead. Denny Hamlin right behind him. Eric Jones, Nemechek's teammate, is right behind Hamlin. And oh no, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a caution as a tire ends up falling off the 62. Oh my goodness. And poor Casey Mears, as he's got to take that car back to pit lane. Wow.
There you go. That's what half a wheel looks like.
5th caution of the day.
So the wheel comes loose, and then it's cut in half by the brake rotor as it's trying to exit the race car. This is a big break for John Hunter Nemechek because we heard about that 3 seconds worth of fuel he needs. I just want to. It's 2 parts. He does need more fuel. But the reason that number's so big is because they're over 1 can. So if he can save a lot here at the yellow, maybe he can get it down to 1 can. Oh, pretty good wall contact as well from Mears. We saw the wheel come off. I didn't know he hit the wall as well, but it was a combo flat.
So a tough day there for the number 62 car as Casey Mears gets into the corner after the tire busted loose from the number 62. And that's going to bring out our caution here. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Woo! Pam says, go, Kyle. Come on, Wolf Creek says, go, Larson. It's about time. Come on, Wolf Creek and Pam. Rooting for my boy here, matching the colors of the old Dale Earnhardt Jr. car. Man, I wish Jr. was still racing, man. I really do. I really do. I wish we could still watch Dale Jr. race. I wish we could still watch Jeff Gordon race. And, man, rest in peace, man. I wish we could still see Dale Sr. and Kyle Busch racing with us right now, guys. Man, got to tell you, tough, man, since Kyle Busch passed away. That guy always brought it every single race, man. Brought the energy, brought the attitude, cared a lot about winning. And tough to see Kyle Busch gone at such a young age, man. Definitely gone way too soon. All right, Mama, crank it up. Heck yeah, Ghost, let's go. Elmer's is go-to snack. What? There ain't no dog wrapper on the track. Damn, says Robert. I ate glue, Robert, so I can't say anything. Elmer's tastes the best. Ghost, what is wrong with you, man? What's up, Jeffrey? You took a fine time to leave me a loose wheel. Jeffrey, I'm saying, dude, you as a driver have got to be pretty pissed off when your pit crew can't even get a tire tightened, right? Like, that's got to be aggravating as shit. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. We're waiting to get back to the action. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ready to crack open another cold one here. Hey, this one's a big shout out to our members here on Tim Reynolds Show. Shout out to Robert and Ghost Honor in the chat with us here today. Let's go. This is a toast and a cheers from Tim Reynolds Show. Yeah, let's go. Cheers, y'all. Excuse me. All right, guys, as we wait to get back to the action, don't forget to please like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, we've got a super chat challenge going on right now in the live stream. Robert was kind enough to give us our first super chat of the day. And guys, we've only got 9 more to accomplish our goal. Remember, any super chat of any amount does make a difference here. So appreciate you guys.
Speed to be able to match this 11.
So Chase Elliott is one of those drivers to watch here who does have the speed to compete here with Hamlin.
I know he's on a 39 race winless streak, but he told Marty Snyder this is the best car he has ever had at Pocono. And I bet he's been buried in traffic, but on that last restart, he was making moves. He's up to 8th. Don't sleep on the 5.
You two going with those Hendrick Chevrolets, and they've been getting better.
Yeah, so Miles, how many during the Coca-Cola 600? I probably had 4. Usually I only have about 2 during the live stream, you know, maybe 1 on most occasions, but I think I had 3 or 4. I think it was 4 on the Coca-Cola 600. That's the longest race of the year, man. The Coca-Cola 600 ain't no joke, dude. And I gotta tell you, that's a race that's gotta be fun to go watch, but not if you're an alcoholic, because I'm sure you get way too hammered watching that race for that long all the way to the end. You know what I mean? Oh, that's funny. Daniel Barry, what's up, man? Happy Sunday to you too, my brother. These news cars suck. Go back to the 5 lug. Look, Ghost, that is the one thing about the next-gen car I would love to see come back. I like the lug nuts. I think we had way less tires falling off and being on the racetrack when you had the 5 lug nut system. Plus, it's a lot cooler, in my opinion, when you see the pit stops happen, right? I don't like the 1 lug nut system on these next-gen cars. Everything else is pretty dang state-of-the-art and pretty awesome. I mean, take what happened last week, for instance, to the driver of the number 20 Toyota there, Christopher Bell, who got into that massive accident getting into the wall. It was pretty impressive to see these cars, their safety features, and the kind of brute force they can take and still protect the driver. Now, Christopher Bell did end up with a fractured wrist, but when you're hitting with forces that go up to 63 Gs, I think having just a fractured wrist is a pretty good thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, things I like about the new car, some things I don't. Too much like F1. Echoes, I agree with you there, man, with that. I am not a big fan of F1. I know those cars are probably the fastest race cars in the world. Very competitive, sort of time trial-like racing. But not a huge fan of F1. Maybe I just haven't watched it enough, to be honest with you. But not a big fan of IndyCar either. So, honestly, for me, it's been strictly NASCAR. I've always been a big fan of it because stock car racing, to me, I feel like is tougher than the other ones because with stock car racing, it's, yeah, you've got your spoilers and your sort of ways to help get the car to go faster. But to me, there's more about what goes into the tuning of the car, the driver of the car when it comes to NASCAR racing compared to other sports, like with F1 or IndyCar, for instance, right? Those race cars have more things on them that make the driver better, right? Like, being the top driver in those series is not necessarily the end-all, win-all when it comes to winning races in F1 and Indy. Now, I'm not saying that, like, NASCAR drivers are better than those drivers. I'm not even making a comparison when it comes to that. I'm just saying that with the stock cars, you have to really work as a team, from your mechanics to the guy who's tuning the car to the crew chief who's able to make the adjustments during the in-race ability of that car to improve the ability of that car, to improve the speed of that car, to improve the balance of that car. Now, you have to do that in every single professional racing around the world. But for me, I think stock cars, it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit about more what you put under the engine and who's in the driver's seat rather than what's actually on the car that's helping that driver become that fast. So, hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget, guys, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And how about, guys, June 2026, Denny Hamlin got his first win here at Pocono. He actually ended up getting his first four wins here at Pocono Raceway. Oh, excuse me. He's got 7 wins here at Pocono Raceway as they go over all 7 of those victories here for Denny Hamlin. So Denny Hamlin with 7 Pocono wins, the most amongst any drivers, and actually the most compared to the combined actual of everybody else. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, big shout out.
If you look at the others, I don't hate the 300 cars.
Excuse me, big shout out. Wow. Almost got a good one. Big shout out here to Robert, one of our members here on TimReynoldsShow, with the $2 super chat donation. Robert says 4 beers for 600 miles. I drank 4 finding my seat. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, I love drinking beer. I do. And it took me a long time to love drinking beer. It really did. A lot of beer pong is kind of what made me like drinking beer. But I'm just not a heavy drinker, guys. I've never been. Back when I first started drinking, I would have, you know, like a rum and coke every now and then. And honestly, it wouldn't take me but about 3 or 4 of those suckers, and I'd be feeling pretty good. You know, there's been very few moments in my life that I have got completely hammered, okay? And don't get me wrong, it wasn't from lack of trying. It was more of just experience with my stomach that is not a big fan of drinking heavy, I'll tell you that. So, you know, you got to make sure you take care of yourself first before you take care of that buzz. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know, I'm a big stoner too, man. So for me, it wasn't really ever about drinking. It was more about just having a couple of nice mixed drinks that taste good and make you feel good, or a couple of nice cheap beers to chug down a little bit and hang out, and then just get to smoking a doobie or smoking a nice big old blizzy. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what it was for me back in the day. Nowadays, being a married man, you know, just trying to sit here and take care of myself the best I can. And hey, it's race day, baby. We got to crack open a few cold ones here on race day. You know what I'm saying? All right. So taking an awful long time to get things back going here, Denny Hamlin will get the inside here of John Hunter Nemechek on the front row as we head to the restart. I think this is going to be the advantage for Hamlin on the inside. Yo, Ghost and me are throwing beers at each other in the parking lot with the $5 super chat here from Robert. I appreciate you, man. All right, here we go, guys. As we head to the restart zone, we're back green flag racing here for the NASCAR Cup Series at Pocono Raceway. And Hamlin to the inside gets a great push by his teammate Chase Briscoe. And on the outside, Jones gets a great push for Nemechek. So side by side to Hamlin, barely with the lead here, but Nemechek looking for the run on the outside lane, but Hamlin able to clear him, and a nice run there. Briscoe on the inside of the 43. The Toyota's battling out front, but here comes Larson on the outside with his teammate William Byron right behind him. Cuts to the inside of Jones, and now here comes Elliott. 3 wide, they're back near 10th place. And as we continue to battle here, Hamlin with the lead now. John Hunter Nemechek in second. Chase Briscoe there in third. But we see there Chase Elliott right behind them. On the outside of Elliott is Eric Jones, who's struggling with the handle of that car here at the restart.
Elliott trying to make something happen. Racing
Coming down the front stretch here, Chase Elliott looking to the inside of the 43. Oh, we got some movement behind him as Jones dive bombs in front of Elliott, blocking him, and now Elliott's forced to move to the outside. Now jumps back behind the number 43.
Oh, man, he drove down in the corner. We got a car up the racetrack down in the middle of 1 and 2. Might have been post of R, not quite sure.
So we see there the number 5 of Kyle Larson moving up the racetrack here. A great move for Larson, has already gained 3+ spots since the restart. Reddick falling into 9th place here. He's got a battle on his hands with Michael McDowell.
Austin Hill trying to make it 3 wide. He hasn't spent a lot of time on the racetrack with Chastain every 3 years to understand that wasn't going to be an option.
Oh, and we see Ryan Blaney get into the wall coming out of turn number 3. And the number 12 Mustang looks okay, but that was a little bit of a lick there to the outside wall. So able to hold on to that 12th place spot is the number 12 Ford Mustang of Ryan Blaney, a former winner here at Pocono. You see in the high lane, Chastain really using a lot of the racetrack, and Blaney no choice but to go up, and that hit wasn't as hard as we thought. So just kind of brushing the wall slightly. A good save there from Ryan Blaney, who got as close to you could get and wrecking that car. So a great save there for Ryan Blaney. Yo, and Pam with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Pam. Big shout out to you. Thanks for helping out with the channel. Guys, we'll get to these comments in a second here. So got some racing here right now. Hamlin with the lead, and he's starting to pull away from John Hunter Nemechek. Excuse me.
There to be speed in that car. The car practiced really well. For whatever reason, they just haven't been.
All right, so Briscoe in third. So a little further behind Nemechek here. Jones in fourth in the number 43 Toyota, and Chase Elliott is in fifth. Now, Elliott seems to have the speed to go contend with Hamlin, but right now, Hamlin's got the track position.
And I will say that even though Nemechek lost the top spot on the restart, staying connected, running second, just doing all you can to keep contact with the front will help you when things cycle later on and you make that final pit stop.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As we've got about 45 laps to go here at Pocono. It looks like we may be able to get this whole race in before the weather comes to the racetrack.
The last several weeks, and I'm guilty. Corey said it in the pre-race. I think you mentioned it. After the first 5 or 6 races of the season, I didn't think there was a conversation about who's going to win the race.
Miles, thank you, brother. Echoes, what's up, man? Ghost, I didn't see they were full. Damn right, Robert. We digging trying to reach the full ones. Unplug it.
Right now, because that is including all the points that come with it.
I need to find my CC so I can super chat Tim to say, what? That's about the only way you're going to get it, Echoes. Scotty Day, what's up, man? Your boy Bell. Yeah, Bell right now is in 10th. Doing pretty good with that cast on his wrist right now, man. So big shout out to Scotty Day in the chat. Pam, thank you so much. Appreciate you for the $2 super chat. So right now, Hamlin's starting to pull away here, kind of like what we seen last week at Michigan. Hamlin now in clean air, has the lead, and is battling. Guys, and how about the 23 here of Bubba Wallace? He has worked his way up all the way to outside the top 10. Knocking on the door there after spinning and getting into an accident earlier in the race. A good bounce back there for the number 23 Toyota.
A little battle right here. Wallace, Bowman.
Woo! And Bowman able to cut it close and get in front of the number 23 of Bubba Wallace. And the 48 Chevrolet makes a nice move there to get in front of the 23 Toyota.
Just driving away.
And you see here Hamlin going for his 8th win here at Pocono. You see this driver here who's got the most wins among any active drivers here in this one. He got his first and second win here in 2006 at Pocono.
Incredible what he's been able to do.
His 50th win back in 2023. Hamlin looking to break a tie with Kyle Busch for 62 wins all time, I believe. All right, and we had the commercial break here, guys. Denny Hamlin leads with 44 laps to go here at Pocono. Ghost, last time I was in a golf cart, I was told you can't park on the putting green. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. All right. Thank you, everybody, hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Man, live stream's going pretty well, guys. We've got 4 Super Chats down. Only 6 Super Chats left to go to accomplish our goal here on Tim Reynolds Show. Big shout out to everybody who's helping out, including Pam with the $2 Super Chat and our boy Robert already with 3 Super Chats here today in the live stream. One of our members here on Tim Reynolds Show. Big shout out to him as well, and appreciate all the love and support here, guys. So if you have any questions, any shout outs, any racing questions or NASCAR questions, anything you guys would like to say or ask and you want it to stand out, make sure you hit me up with those Super Chats here in the live stream. And don't forget to please like and subscribe to the channel. You can also sign up for channel memberships if you're interested, like our boy Ghost and Robert have here on Tim Reynolds Show. Anything you guys can do help support the channel. And wait a minute! Wait a minute! We've got cars pitting with 42 laps to go. And very interesting here, guys, as we see a lot of different drivers now try to play different strategies to see if this will pay off at the end of this race. Man, this is going to be interesting. Very interesting here, guys. Oh, dang, Christina says Landon was banned from using the golf cart like the Jackass movie. Well, yeah. I mean, you can't do that on the regular golf courses. Heck yeah, man. Robert, last time I rented one, I buried it on the beach. Didn't go well. Robert, that sounds like a bad day, don't it? Ghost, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's tough. Ghost, you just wanted those Baywatch babes to rescue you. Nice one, Robert. Nice. That is awesome. Oh, man. Baywatch babes. Wow, I don't think we've heard that line in any of my live streams yet. That's a new one. Baywatch babes? Not even like Sports Illustrated babes or Monster Energy UFC girl babes, right? No, it's lifeguard babes. Baywatch, baby. It's awesome. All right, so a lot of green flag pit stops from a lot of drivers here. I'm looking at least a third of the field here, I believe, getting in green flag pit stops with just a little over 40 laps to go. So most of these guys are going to be able to make it on fuel now with this pit stop here. So really depends on the leaders, right? Are they going to try to conserve more fuel to try to, sort of make it to the end? Or are they going to have to try to pit here soon? Well, here comes the Hendrick cars. Elliott, William Byron, and Kyle Larson are in. So, they've made their bed, and they're going to have to lie in it here. With just under 40 laps to go, the Hendrick Chevrolets pit here. All 4 of them. So, very good pit stops from William Byron and Chase Elliott. Byron gets out just ahead of Chase Elliott here. But great pit stops there for Hendrick Motorsports.
The freshest tires on this car. If yellow comes out, that'd be good for these guys as well. But get fresh tires on and try to match the 11 speed as best you can. Here comes the 42 of Nemechek, who needed a little bit more fuel. He's going to get around the 9. Just those couple laps of fresher tires working. William Byron's going to have to be defensive right here, though. Stay in front of Nemechek. What a race. What a call. Really efficient work by both legacy cars, both crew chiefs, all the engineers should just be really smiling. Not only have they brought great race cars, but they have called a great race at one of the trickiest tracks to do it and give themselves a chance to show the speed in those Toyotas, Trevor.
That's right, guys. 39 laps to go here at Pocono Raceway.
Now he's going to get his 4 tires and fuel, fighting a little bit of time.
So Michael McDowell making his pit stop here. as they wait to get that car full of fuel.
Inside the top 10.
So a little bit longer of a stop there for the 71 Chevrolet.
Pit stops began.
Here comes the leader, Denny Hamlin, to pit road.
And here we go, the leader, Denny Hamlin, heading down to pit lane. And a clean, fast pit stop is what the 11 team needs here.
Where he blends on the racetrack compared to Byron, he should be fine. He had a big enough lead pre-cycle, but a lot of moving parts in a pit cycle, Marty. The 11 in front of you.
Remember NASCAR Live, Steve, Denny Hamlin said the pit crew has been absolutely on it lately. Let's see if they can deliver here on this final stop of the day. Denny, after that restart, was able to stretch out the lead.
So Hamlin gets into his pit stall pretty easily. A great stop thus far here by the number 11 team. And Hamlin, a very fast pit stop there, 9.5 seconds. Great stop there, and now William Byron trying to come around and take the lead.
Hamlin's going to easily keep the lead over Byron. Now it's whose car is better? 38.
So Hamlin able to hold on to that lead there in front of William Byron, who was one of those first cars on this new pit cycle here to come out. Hamlin, you can see there, about half a straightaway ahead of the number 24 Chevrolet. So for William Byron, he's got to close that gap behind Denny Hamlin and hope these cars that are already out in front don't make it on fuel, because they're going to have to try. All right, thank you everybody hanging out here on the channel.
It's all day long. They've been able to be the faster car, Steve. And now Byron, who we've kind of talked about throughout the day, is a car that looked relatively competitive, maybe a top 3 car. Well, now he has clean air as well. We'll see if he can match the lap time. And there's some chance. Let's talk about the cars that haven't pitted. So Reddick at this point, they may run long and hope they get a yellow and think fresher tires would help. That's an option. Maybe they're just trying to be safer for in case we get some overtime. So there's a few schools of thought. Suarez back in 6th. He was last on pit road at 107, right? You see 16 laps since last pit. So Suarez, maybe he's thinking 2 tires, maybe some gas only. So I think there's going to be some movement through this pit cycle. I don't think anything's going to cycle.
All right, so we see here, guys,
Still 36 laps
the leaders here.
Change absolutely everything.
It's been about 30-something laps since their last pit stop here for Reddick, Blaney, and Gibbs. Ross Chastain, 26 laps since his last pit stop, and Suarez only 17. Bell only 15, Allmendinger only 15, Gilliland only 15 as well, and Connor Zilic only 15 laps as well for them. I think the fuel window is right around 35 laps, 40 laps, something like that. So I'm not sure, actually. We'll have to see, because there's a lot of different strategies going on right now, and they're all really confusing.
All-day value presented by IHOP. Time to focus on John Hunter Nemechek. I mean, you talked about the execution across the board. The game plan coming in is one thing, but to be able to go out and do it and have the speed in the race car and all those things, they're checking all the boxes here today.
Travis Mack trying to find every advantage he can for this 42 car. Most importantly, though, if it's fast enough on the racetrack, Dale, we talked about the Kings at the beginning of this, right? Like, what is most important? And we kind of joked about speed, but what the 42 is proving is you can call it a race, but you have to have speed. You just can't put your car out there and hope. And the 42 has held its own against all the big guys today.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that we celebrated with Legacy.
So Tyler Reddick continues to lead here with 35 laps to go. But right now, what we're waiting on, guys, is either a caution or to see when these drivers in the first top 5, really in the top 10, are going to pit. Here with Hamlin leading the pack that already hit pit lane that can make it to the end. They're in 14th position.
The racetrack, so it's really impressive to see the collaboration across all the Toyota teams to be able to go out there and put all those cars on the racetrack, make them go fast. Other manufacturers are going to take note. They're going to start to try to emulate what's working across the board for all the organizations that drive the Toyota banner.
All right, so a good day there for John Hunter Nemechek as we ride along there with some of the Chevys and Toyotas in the back of the pack. But Tyler Reddick currently leading here in the number 45 Toyota here at Pocono Raceway. Ross Chastain in second in the number 1 Chevrolet. Ryan Blaney is third in the Team Penske number 12 Ford Mustang. So we'll see here, guys. what happens to the end of the race. And already you guys are seeing here, it's a pit strategy, fuel strategy type of race here at Pocono, right? We haven't had as many cautions like we had yesterday in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race. So for in here, looking at what's happening thus far, I really do think that whoever has the best strategy to make it to the end, who's able to survive, that's going to be the big deal here on whether or not we can see these drivers make it to victory lane. I mean, who's going to be able to make it? Right now, it's anybody's guess. Denny Hamlin probably has the fastest car that could make it to the end. We do know that a lot of these drivers inside the top 10 are probably going to have to pit again before the end of this race. But will they try to stretch it out, save more fuel, make it to the end, you know, just for the hell of it? I'm not sure, but we'll wait and find out. All right, hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget, guys, to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right. So 32 laps to go. I got a little confused there, man. They had a commercial here where it went all yellow. I thought we had a caution coming out, but we're still green flag racing. As we wait to get back to the action, guys, cheers to y'all. Thank you for hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. And guys, only a few laps left here, and we're about 6 super chats short of our goal, but do want to say thank you to everybody who did support with those super chat goals here on Tim Reynolds Show's live stream. I do appreciate it, and don't want you guys to go unnoticed and not appreciated. I really do appreciate anybody that sticks around. Even when you smash that like button, guys, or just share the live stream with your family and friends, it does make a hell of a difference. So hope you guys will follow along with us here on this crazy dream here for me, trying to follow my dream of being a YouTuber, bringing sports entertainment and play-by-play like you guys have never seen before. And hope you guys enjoy it, man. Next week, guys, we head to San Diego for the NASCAR Cup Series street race on a naval base. That's going to be pretty cool. Race the base. Okay. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Comes no responsibility. Nicolas Cage's Spider Noir. All episodes available.
Oh, yeah. Blaney is good, man. I like Blaney.
And aerial coverage today.
And that's right, Echoes. A lot of people hoping for the caution. A lot of people.
Built for the street. Heading toward 30 laps to go.
Reddick still out on the racetrack leading, running 53.7s. Denny Hamlin in 11th. It's the first car who's gone to pit road, running 53.6s. So Reddick's running pretty solid lap times to have been out there on these tires as long as they have. We talked earlier in the day about how tires really didn't have a lot of fall off, and Reddick trying to take advantage of having this clean air. Maybe the fresher tire at the end will give him an opportunity to be aggressive. Marty.
Carson Hocevar gives up a top 10 spot, Bill Jr., and comes to pit road here.
So the 77 Chevy of Carson Hocevar makes a pit stop here. It's going to have to wait for fuel.
I need to keep my turn on the long run. That's been their struggle.
Frustrating too, when a car just migrates tight. There's not a lot you can do. You just got to slow down, let the front tire.
So not too bad there for Carson Hocevar, who at once was the fastest race car on the racetrack.
We are commercial free through the checkered flag.
So here we go, guys. 29 laps to go here at Pocono Raceway. Tyler Reddick is your leader, but we expect that to change with Denny Hamlin really battling up towards the front.
But still about a 3-second difference between the two cars. Christopher Bell, 6th right now, Marty.
Yeah, everybody thinks Denny Hamlin, his teammate, is the one in the catbird seat here at Pocono with 29 to go. But what are Christopher Bell and Adam Stevens cooking up? Listen in.
Really good, man. Keep doing that. We're going to stretch this thing. That last lap was fantastic. Good mileage and good speed.
Adam Stevens, we're going to quote, stretch this thing. Now, Steve, they pitted with 51 laps to go. That would be a fairly massive stretch. I just checked in with Adam Stevens. I said, can you stretch it to the end? He said, I believe we can, but I do not think that we will win. I think this could just get us some track position. Remember, they've run pretty much from 20th to 25th today with Bell and that broken left wrist. So taking a little bit of risk here to see if they can stretch it.
All right, so interesting here, guys. So Most of these cars are going to need to pit because going past 51 laps on one fuel tank of gas is a long stretch. About 45 is the fuel window here for most of the drivers. So, Bell doing pretty good. 5.6. Bell is saving really, really well here.
You know, this is just the last 3 laps. So you kind of get it when you can. You find your kind of pick your moments. When you find a car you're catching, you draft a little bit. And he probably figures he could get to maybe.
I did like Rusty Wallace at Penske Racing. All right, so great job here for Christopher Bell.
Towards the end, and hope for a yellow, and you'll have fresh tires for the restarts. There's a lot of options still for the 20.
And now Austin Hill battling here, looking to the inside there of Alex Bowman. And Hill able to make a pass there around the number 48 Chevrolet.
Just a big difference from the O'Reilly car to this Cup car.
Yeah, he's had good speed in practice, qualified pretty decent, Austin Hill. And I think he's ran well in the race. To be honest with you, maybe his best performance behind the wheel of the next-gen car.
And that's right, Austin Hill starting to get a little bit better, a little bit more experience here in that number 33 Chevrolet. Making a good run here thus far.
He's doing sim work for both O'Reilly and for the Cup stuff. Probably way more sim work than most guys are doing. Just trying to accelerate that learning curve.
Old Rusty, Martin, Rudd, Marlon, Jarrett, and Davey. Awesome drivers right there, Ghost. I was racing when Mayfield bumped Dale Sr. in turn 3 for the win. No way! You was at the race there, Robert? That's awesome. All right, guys, so like we mentioned earlier, 26 laps to go now, but the fuel strategy is what's taking place here more than anything right now. We're not seeing a whole lot of competitive racing up front, a lot of fuel saving right now. Tyler Reddick has almost a 5-second lead on Ross Chastain, who's in second. So, gonna see what's happening here. Uh-oh, and Tyler Reddick is pitting! And now Tyler Reddick gonna try to top off with fuel here as he gives up the lead to Ross Chastain. Oh, do we have a car spinning? No, it looks like some smoke at the beginning of the pit entrance, maybe from Chastain, who's heading down to pit lane as well.
Ross Chastain coming in right behind him, 2 stalls back from him as you see him enter the screen. Ross Chastain has been building free, and he asked for a small chassis adjustment, which you know Steve likes, looking at that pit stall a little bit.
Yeah, you see 9.7 on Reddick, 9.0 for Chastain. Great
Not too bad. 9 seconds for Ross Chastain, a very fast pit stop. So Ryan Blaney takes over the lead, and with those guys pitting, that moves Denny Hamlin and William Byron up to 6th and 7th, respectively. Those are the 2 guys that can make it to the end. Allmendinger, Bell, and Suarez, and Gibbs, and Blaney will technically all need to pit before the end of this race. But for Christopher Bell, he's trying to save.
Byron car is on par, but as we know, we get deep in the long run. We'll see if this 11 car starts to make the magic that it tends to do. The gap is closing just a little bit.
And you know the problem with this place, or the challenge is maybe a better word, you catch a lap car in the wrong time, or you have any sort of momentum killer in a corner, it can cost a big chunk of time down one of these straightaways. That lap right there.
All right, so we see here, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. William Byron, not too far behind Denny Hamlin right now. Hamlin just moved up inside the top 5. He's the first car who can make it to the end of this race with 24 laps to go. So William Byron's going to really have to start cutting into that space between them. But Hamlin's got a fast race car right now, guys.
He's really, really smart. Not like David Pearson. He's going to push as hard as he needs to. Probably got a lot more race car in his pocket than
So still battling here as we see Ty Gibbs make his way to the pits.
In the run, he said it wouldn't turn center off. Then it finally freed up there later in the run as he went.
And as we see a mistake there from the driver, Ty Gibbs, who slid into his box. And 2 tires there in gas for Ty Gibbs, and that's going to give him a longer pit stop than what he would have liked.
Yeah, the advantage of trying to take 2 tires were kind of lost by sliding long in his box and having to back it up. Did a nice job. Crew did a good job not going to work, not incurring a penalty by being over, and Ty very efficiently got it in reverse. but the time penalty was lost.
All right, so Ty gets back out on the racetrack. Ryan Blaney leads with Daniel Suarez in second, Christopher Bell in third, and Denny Hamlin now moves up to fourth. But here comes Ryan Blaney giving up the lead here, and he'll make it into his pit stall. So that means Suarez and Christopher Bell are the last two cars. No, Suarez just pit, which means Christopher Bell is now your new leader here in the number 20 Toyota. Now remember, guys, Bell is trying to save. So right now, it's only a matter of time until Denny Hamlin catches Christopher Bell. Is it just that does Hamlin have enough laps left? There's 22 laps left now.
Tires only. So
Got a car way up the racetrack in turn 1 and 2. A little bit of an issue. I don't believe there was contact with the wall, but the 97, here he is. I think Shane Van Gisbergen got way up the racetrack. I believe he stayed out of the wall, but got a ton of debris on his tires. Way up against the fence. He's kind of struggling still here. Get going.
So SVG still trying to get going there in that number 97 as that car gets way up to the racetrack. And you see it here. Yikes!
The right front tire was flat, but it appears the right front tire's okay. Just gonna have to run a little
SVG driving like he's got a flat, but looks like he's okay. No worse for wear. Hamlin now in second. William Byron in third. Kyle Larson's moved up inside the top 5. Elliott falling back.
Bell has 10 seconds over Hamlin. 21 laps to go. Pace-wise, I just think Hamlin's going to get there.
Yeah, Rodney, I think that's the report right now. Nothing official, but Jesse Love is supposedly the next driver for the number 21 Ford Mustang for the Wood Brothers.
Byron a little bit quicker than Denny that last lap. Cut 2/10 off of the distance.
So William Byron right now going a little faster than Denny Hamlin, but how about Christopher Bell saving almost 6 miles per gallon? We've got 20 laps to go, man. So fuel strategy here playing a big part in this one.
Presented by Red Bull. Yeah, the 24 is close enough now to the 11 that he has him squarely in the mirror. There it is, on board with Byron. You see up ahead.
So William Byron slowly but surely catching Denny Hamlin here, who's in second. But remember, this is pretty much a battle for the lead, with Christopher Bell having to save gas to try to make it to the end.
Close enough to possibly get a little bit of an assist to tow down the front straight.
So Hamlin now within 10 seconds of the leader. William Byron closing that gap, though.
That's the information that Denny's getting. So we're going to believe that Denny's going to push as hard as he can. He's showing everything that he has.
9.5 seconds in front of you. I don't think he can make it without slowing down his pace a lot more, but just want you to be aware.
Byron 2/10 quicker or 10 faster.
All right, so 19 laps here as they go through the tunnel turn. You've got to think Denny Hamlin's got a shot to get up to Christopher Bell here, but does William Byron have a shot to get to the back bumper and compete with Denny Hamlin?
Might have enough to get up there and make something out of it. Denny is going to be able to control the race with the dirty air, but he will catch.
Ghost, you're probably right about that with the 21 team. They used to be so good back in the day, man. So good.
That's what William Byron is going to hope happens with Denny Hamlin. I don't believe Byron can drive up there.
All right, thank you guys for hanging out with us on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
Muddy the waters a little bit for Denny Hamlin.
Now, 18 laps to go. Just such a long time at Pocono.
So you see here William Byron trying to find something as Hamlin kind of bounces through that tunnel turn here with 18 laps to go. Byron closing that gap ever so slightly.
Lap times the last time by. Nemechek also couple
And you
seconds.
see Hamlin gets a little loose there with the steering wheel, and that should help William Byron cut into that lead even more.
Nemechek would love the 11. This time Byron, look at that. Almost two tenths faster for William Byron. You can see it evidently on the screen that the 11 is getting larger.
Well, I was getting ready to say, Nemechek wants Byron to get there, somehow get them side by side and start the battle.
So Hamlin still holding on to the lead here. William Byron going just a little bit faster there than Hamlin. 17 laps to go, and oh man, as we see there, William Byron really closing the gap now on Denny Hamlin. So getting closer and closer, the number 24 Chevrolet looks to get around the number 11 Toyota, but Hamlin holding on here to that second place position. Now Christopher Bell is your leader, but he may need to pit.
24 growing bigger in his mirror. In fact, a moment ago, they just started giving him updates of where William Byron is running. And when they went into the tunnel turn last time, Dale, he said to Chris Lambert, his spotter, give me those updates. Tell me where that 24 is running so I can match what he's doing.
So Hamlin trying to mirror the driver behind him. As you see that time around, Denny Hamlin was a little bit faster than William Byron. Byron may be trying to push that number 24 Chevy too hard, which is causing those lap times to go up a little bit. So because of that speed difference here, Hamlin's got to be a little more smooth throughout this one. But guys, Christopher Bell's doing pretty good.
Adam Stevens says, I don't think he's going to get to us. Now, look, we're trying to guess how much fuel this 20 is saving, but these teams have become so efficient with fuel savings. Drivers have the tools to do it.
All right, guys, here at the Tricky Triangle, Christopher Bell trying to play the fuel strategy game to get himself the victory here in the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. But we'll see if it happens.
Surprise themselves sometimes on how far they can stretch the mileage here. Well, I'll say 51 laps.
Guys, let's go. We got over 40 people hanging out with us here today, man. Guys, let's hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all.
Right, the 19 had to go just over 40 laps. Now, they had some issue on fueling, and they weren't full, which is what made him have to save some gas. The 20 is just trying to go
Robert with the $2 super chat said, did that sub count just hit 54K? I think it just did. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, dollar. One of our members here on Tim Reynolds Show showing some support. Cheers to you, brother. Thank you, Robert.
Maybe he can make it. I don't know. 15 to go. They're asking now on the radio. Colorado said, can I make it? They said, we think so. We'll get back to you.
And what I love is it's just they've given themselves options. They just don't all follow the 11 down and say, well, he has us beat today. We're going to do what the 11 does.
Uh-oh, and Tyler Reddick looking to the inside of Kyle Larson, and Reddick's going to take away a top 5 spot there for the number 5 Chevrolet. And oh boy, Reddick, you got to give him credit, man. He's really been able to work that car back inside the top 5 here after having to pit earlier. And now we're approaching 13 laps to go. Christopher Bell still leading, 7-second lead here on Hamlin.
Steve has said that about 4 times since that radio transmission. It's going to be close. I need a little bit more, but that gap really not shrinking to his teammate Denny Hamlin. You mentioned still 7 seconds with 13 to go.
Well, I've been cheating, looking at the burn bar up here, and I'm less concerned about the 6.6 seconds as I am that tank of Sunoco fuel behind the driver of the 20. I think he needs about 6.0 average, and I've seen a lot of laps, 5-point-somethings. And the 5-point-somethings mean they're a little short. And you can hear it in Adam Stevens' voice there. Don't get caught up in the race with the 11. Like, he's thinking top 3. You know, just anything would be a great day. A little bit of lap traffic for Denny.
So Christopher Bell. So we see Christopher Bell only with 11% fuel left now with 12 laps to go. This is a fuel-saving strategy here for Christopher Bell as Denny Hamlin tries to cut into that lead. He's now within 6.5 seconds of the leader. Rodney, you're right. Briscoe doing what Briscoe does. Looked good earlier, and unfortunately, the strategy for the 19 has not paid off.
Think about Christopher Bell.
currently
And his average
13th.
running position today outside the top 20. Dealing with that fractured wrist and all the things that have come with that after that hard hit last week in Michigan. And this team has really managed the afternoon, putting themselves in the best position for success now. Can he save enough to get to the finish line?
And that's right, guys. Before last week's 31st place finish for Christopher Bell, he had back-to-back weeks finishing as the runner-up in the NASCAR Cup Series as Christopher Bell looks to play the fuel strategy game here with 11 laps to go.
I've tested math a few times, Marty, and I'm 0 for every time I've tried to test the math. When it says you're not going to make it, the guy sitting next to me has felt it from behind the wheel. One time in Las Vegas, we were supposed to be a mile short. We ran out exactly a mile from the start-finish line. Like, these guys are so good at predicting, and that was a decade ago. These cars now, they have it down to the ounce. So Adam Stephen coaching his driver, but remember, if you get a yellow, you probably can save enough to make it. So you don't want to just pull over and give up your track position. I think it sounded like right there, he's clutching it. As he went off into the corner. Possible. We've seen drivers clutch, kill the engine. I don't think he's doing that to be able to make the lap time, but let's see what he's doing.
So Christopher Bell really getting out of the throttle about halfway through the straightaway. No throttle whatsoever in the corner until about almost halfway through. So great throttle work here for Christopher Bell.
RPM is basically fuel burn. That's how you can look at it. The RPM's going up, you're burning more gas. See here, probably lift real early, no brake. Turn 3 will be the other one. You should use a bunch of brake in turn 3 or some brake.
I'm predicting a tow truck, says Echoes.
I bet he co-saw.
Hey, it's going to be really close. It's going to be really close.
Bell's like, man, I have a cast on my left wrist. I'm doing the best I can out here. Cut me some slack. Find me some fuel. 25 miles to go. 10 laps.
Danny Hamlin now with 9 laps to go is cut into that lead with 4 seconds.
I think he's going to get there easily. Just 10 laps here, 9 laps here. There's a long way to go. This is the size. You know, this track is like a super speedway.
So Danny Hamlin slowly but surely marching down, getting up to the front here, looking to track down Christopher Bell. William Byron, unfortunately, has fallen off a little bit. He's not as close to Denny Hamlin as he was before. So this is really coming down to both Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. And you got to give it to the number 11 guys. Hamlin continues to show why he's one of the best drivers the Cup Series has ever seen in NASCAR. And man, for him to go 3 straight victories from the pole? Are you kidding me? And crazy, man. Crazy.
Legacy Motor Club, and in particular the 40.
Yep, Hamlin already now 3.5 seconds behind the leader in just 1 lap after he was over 4 seconds behind the lap before. So currently 5th, started 16th for Tyler Reddick, who's also playing the fuel-saving game here. Although he gets up to the back bumper here of John Hunter Nemechek, who's having a great day here in 4th for the number 42 Toyota.
So this will be what I believe keeps this 45 car from going up there and challenging for the win.
I'm predicting steps into the pit, says Daniel. Okay. 2021 all over again. Half the field ran out. Yeah, that was a big race back then, Robert. I'm surprised you remember that. But yeah, guys, back in 2021, like a lot of drivers ran out of fuel trying to make it to the end here. Secret container of fuel in the casket? Yeah, right.
And here he is riding 6 today. He's also knocking on the door, top 5 in points, that threshold where you need to be if you're going to win a championship. He is our reigning champ. Right behind him, Eric Jones, knocking out another top 10 this afternoon. He rides 7th. Their performance has been outstanding. Yeah, Legacy Motor Club.
Yep, great day there for Legacy Motor Club. As we see Jones able to get around the lap car there, as he's currently 7th in the number 43 Toyota.
Some tire smoke coming to pit road. You can't miss this Busch Light Lime on the racetrack. It's bright green and it stands out, but somehow he's just blended his way into the top 10 and behind the one at Chastain, the 54.
That's right, everybody. Old school NASCAR. Make sure you guys please hit that like button or subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit me up with those super chats, guys. You only need 5 more to reach our goal here on Tim Reynolds Show.
Finding
his way. Remember that slow pit stop early really got
All right, so 6 laps to go here now, but Denny Hamlin has cut it to under 2 seconds here. Man, this is going to be close for Hamlin. And Bell still needs to save. Hamlin is getting there to the back bumper of the number 20. So lap cars are going to play a part here in this. But remember, Hamlin can go full throttle. He doesn't need to save fuel.
Does he start to, just when Denny gets within range, does he have any more ability to push? Well, the problem is with 28 cars in the lead lap, it would be a very costly gamble, right? He's currently, as they run, up inside the top 10, that has winning points involved, so he won't be quite that high up. But if you run out of gas at the white flag, you're going to lose 25 points. Let's listen into the 20.
Stay on that pace, even if they get there. We'll probably slide in P4, we think, if we get enough savings.
I like the honesty. Like, hey, man, let's not even pretend we're racing Hamlin. We're thinking P4. They've given him a target pace. Hamlin's thinking, that's great, man, but just let me go clean because I have a Hendrick Chevy back here.
Yikes. All right, guys. So already being told to Christopher Bell, more than likely, he is not going to be able to win this race. And here comes Hamlin right at the back bumper of the number 20. Teammates battling it out here with 5 laps to go at Pocono Raceway. And I got to tell you guys, the fuel strategy game is not fun. But here goes Hamlin to the inside, and Denny Hamlin takes the lead over here at Pocono Raceway with 4 laps to go. And guys, we could see 3 straight victories coming for the number 11 driver.
I think it's easier, Dan.
And here we go.
Not for the win, right? Now you've lost the race to the 11. Now, back it up. I don't give you go 10 seconds back. Now he's sitting there thinking, I probably should have saved a lot more than I did. I didn't, he's hoping throughout all this that maybe there's this chance, right, that we could actually win this race.
So 4 laps to go. Hamlin takes over the lead now. William Byron might be too far behind Denny to have any chance to get to the rear bumper and make this a contest here for Denny Hamlin.
And now if you're Denny Hamlin, you're like, just get me to that white flag. Don't need any more drama this afternoon. Riding with Byron here.
All right, thank you everybody hanging out here on the channel. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. As we see here, Christopher Bell comes across second, right in front of William Byron here with 3 laps to go. Coming down to the nitty-gritty here, guys. And William Byron goes to the inside of Christopher Bell and takes over the second place spot. There, the number 24 Chevrolet. Will he have anything left in the tank for Denny Hamlin here before this race is over?
This race was 2 laps shorter. The guy behind him, Tyler Reddick, which is about 5 laps longer. Because Reddick on the fresher tires is easily going to go by Bell. And I think he has Byron. He has more than enough.
So we see here Tyler Reddick now in a battle with William Byron for at least second place, which is what the points leader really needs with Denny Hamlin being in the lead right now.
You think you're staying out, which probably the leaders would. The fresher tires for Reddick are really showing up. Let's see just on board if he's able to make this pass clean or if he's going to get stuck behind the 24. 2 laps to go.
All right, here we go, guys. 2 laps to go. Denny Hamlin with the lead, but right now the big battle is between Tyler Reddick and William Byron. Which one of these drivers are going to finish second? It does look like Tyler Reddick has the faster car as he gets up to the back bumper here, the number 24 Chevrolet. And coming out of turn number 1, you see there Byron trying to hold on as the 45 Toyota gets up to the number 24 Chevrolet's back bumper.
Hottest driver in all of NASCAR.
Yeah, Pam, unfortunately, Hamlin looks like he's going to win in a landslide here. Uh-oh, we see there Tyler Reddick looking to the inside and gets around William Byron. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 lap to go here for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway. And Denny Hamlin will try to get his 3rd straight victory here as we see Christopher Bell, his teammate who tried to play the fuel strategy game in the number 20 Toyota, has to pit on the final lap here at Pocono Raceway. The tricky triangle has been such here today as Denny Hamlin goes into turn number 2 looking for a victory here at Pocono Raceway, a racetrack he has dominated with already 7 wins in his Cup Series racing career at the tricky triangle. Heading into turn number 3, Denny Hamlin driving in the number 11 Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing comes out of turn number 3, and your winner at Pocono Raceway, it's Denny Hamlin, who gets his 3rd straight victory in the number 11 Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. What a victory here for Hamlin at Pocono Raceway, getting his 8th career victory at the tricky triangle Pocono Raceway, this racetrack here, and we see 3 straight wins for the first time in his Cup Series career for Denny Hamlin, the future NASCAR Hall of Famer. What a big win as he was able to get around his teammate Christopher Bell with just a handful of laps remaining as the number 20 Toyota tried to play a fuel strategy game that did not pay off for the number 20 Toyota team. Christopher Bell has to pit with 1 lap to go, and Denny Hamlin's able to get around the number 20 with just a handful of laps left to go, and now he becomes the 4th driver ever for 3 consecutive wins from the pole position, joining Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, and Darrell Waltrip. The first driver since Darrell Waltrip back in 1981 to win 3 straight races from the pole position starting out here in the NASCAR Cup Series. Congratulations to Denny Hamlin. What a victory here for Joe Gibbs Racing. The 3rd straight win here for Denny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota Racing team. And hey, this is his 4th win of the year. His 4th win in the last 5 races. And also, guys, we've seen Hamlin here as well be able to dominate here this season, including winning the NASCAR All-Star race. Congratulations to Denny Hamlin as he moves a lot closer in the NASCAR point standings here. But congratulations to Tyler Reddick, who also ends up finishing 2nd here in the number 45 Toyota. William Byron ends up finishing 3rd in the number 24 Chevrolet. And we see John Hunter Nemechek with a good finish for 4th here in the number 42 Toyota. And Kyle Larson rounds out the top 5 in the number 5 Chevrolet.
For the rest of the field.
Heck yeah, guys. Appreciate everybody here. Whoop, whoop. Bobby Busher for the fastest lap. Go, Water Boy. Heck yeah, man. As we see the burnout here from Denny Hamlin. Look at the chat popping off right now. Let's go. Enjoy the rest of your day, my favorite random internet people. Thank you, Echo. Appreciate you, man. Miles beat all your favorite drivers again. Also like tape on the rear spoiler, Elliot's crew. Yep, guys, big win here for Denny Hamlin. A racetrack he has dominated for most of his career. As we continue to round out the top 5 here, guys, before we close it out here, like we mentioned, Tyler Reddick finishes 2nd in the number 45 Toyota. We also see William Byron finishes 3rd in the number 24 Chevrolet. John Hunter Nemechek finishing 4th in the number 42 Toyota here for Legacy Motor Club. A great finish for him. And we see Kyle Larson finishes 5th in the number 5 Chevrolet. Eric Jones ends up finishing 6th here in the number 43 Toyota for Legacy Motor Club. Chris Buescher ends up finishing 7th in the number 17 Ford Mustang. Ross Chastain, a good finish for him, top 10. Able to take that number 1 Chevrolet to the 8th place position here at the finish at Pocono Raceway. Ty Gibbs ends up finishing 9th here in the number 54 Toyota. And we see Ryan Blaney rounds out the top 10 here in the number 12 Ford Mustang. Unfortunately for guys like Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, and Daniel Suarez, who were up front for most of the day, they end up finishing 11th for the number 9 Chevrolet and Chase Elliott, 12th for Chase Briscoe in the number 9 Toyota, and Daniel Suarez ends up finishing 13th here in the number 7 Chevrolet. So a tough finish for them, even though we see Denny Hamlin get to victory lane here once again. 3 straight victories now for Denny Hamlin, 4 wins in the last 5 races. A big win here for Hamlin. So congratulations to him, 4 wins on the year, and now he is right within shooting distance of the NASCAR point standings there from the leader, Tyler Reddick. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show, one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on YouTube today as we hear the interview here.
No doubt. First win here. Just so special here. I just,
And guys, with that win, Denny Hamlin now with 64 career wins, 9th all-time here in the NASCAR Cup Series, his 8th win here at Pocono Raceway.
King's Hawaiian car, finally. The King's Hawaiian curse is over. They thought my head was getting a little big, so they made me wear this suit this week and to put me back to where I need to be. So I'm just so happy for this whole Joe Gibbs Racing team. This is a team effort. Giving me the fast cars. The pit crew is flawless right now. We just got it all going.
You and I stood right here 2 years ago, and it was mostly booze. I kind of heard a mix today. Are they starting to turn and like this 45-year-old Denny Hamlin, these fans?
I mean, thank you. Thank you. That really means a lot. Seriously. Thank you so much for that. Man, it's like a second home for me.
I want to ask you what Dale Jr. asked at the end of the race. Is this the most confident you've been in your 21 years in the Cup Series?
Well, it's certainly the best we've been. We come to the racetrack every
wow.
week knowing that we got a great shot to win, and the team's just doing an amazing job, giving me exactly what I need in the car every single week. So that's why we're winning.
And when it comes to that regular season championship, you heard Chris Gale say, we're closing in. Then he immediately came on the radio and said, I only care about wins. He gets another one here, the 8th at Pocono, and 3rd in a row this year.
Hey, sorry, no clue where Joey finished there, Scotty Dave. Miles, thank you so much, man. How about Hamlin, says Ty. Heck yeah, man. And congratulations to Denny Hamlin as he heads to victory lane here at Pocono Raceway. What a win here for Denny Hamlin, his 4th win of the year. 5th win if you count the All-Star race. And now he's just a few points behind the leader, Tyler Reddick, for the point series lead here in the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series. Congratulations to Denny Hamlin and Joe Gibbs Racing on the victory here at Pocono Raceway. Here, and guys, thank you so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show, one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on YouTube today. Here is Tim Reynolds Show, and appreciate you guys for hanging out here for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, and thank you guys for enjoying the live broadcast and play-by-play and reaction right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you guys next time here on the channel. Love y'all. God bless y'all, and hope you have a terrific